woo woo.
That we're looking all pretty and all nice with our face cams and the green screens and the backgrounds. How's it going, everybody?
Howdy.
This
Howdy.
is Tales of Ethyl episode 4, our homebrew D&D campaign based on a video game based on a homebrew. All kinds of convoluted and a whole lot of fun. We're gonna go through and let's go ahead and invite our cast one more time. Down at the bottom left, we've got Silas.
Howdy, I'm Zephyr, playing Silas, Barbarian. Still looking for that help any day now. Would be nice.
Right next to him, we've got Kazim.
Hi, I'm Josh. I'm playing Kazim, the Aarakocra Cleric Rogue.
Right next to him, we've got Mistrix.
Nice. Dyer playing Mistrix. I have Cam this time. What will happen next? Go.
And last but not least, we've got Nico.
Hi everybody, it's Dragon here. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Don't take me up on that.
Murdered 2 people.
Yeah, says the person that has
already.
killed literally everyone that they've
You've
hit.
got the highest body count.
Yeah, you have the highest KD ratio in the group. Let's be real.
Like that, lover, not a fighter.
The Barbarian
Well, it's
has
funny.
killed less than you.
Ooh, that's a bad rap, man.
That's pretty bad.
I
That's pretty bad.
almost killed.
That's true. That's true. You did. So, okay, guys. Before we get started, as always, I want to thank all of you guys for coming to watch us. Thank you guys for coming to play with us. We are going to start here very soon, but we've got to start every show the same way in which we have been starting it with our shots. If everyone's ready, cheers to y'all. Cheers to the game.
Woo!
Here's to the group. God, the longer that sits in my fridge, the better it tastes. I love that shit. All right.
But I've not had Jack Daniels in a second. Fucking hell.
Oh, can I say that this is not an alcoholic beverage?
It looks like it says ale on it, though.
It's ale 8.
Oh,
It's ginger ale.
ginger ale. Oh, so
Boom.
it wants to be ale, but it's not. Anyway.
It's Kentucky in a bottle. There you go.
Better.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Let's begin our fantastical tale of mystery and wonder in the Tales of Ethyl. Last we left off, you guys were trying to suss out perhaps some problems that were going on in the flow. To that effort, our Mr. Kazim decided that he was going to build himself a small army. Upon entering into the flow by being met by the Archmage, perhaps with a response he wasn't quite expecting, being told that his friend Silas was downstairs. Obviously confused because he had quite literally just left his friend out in the forest while they were venturing off to go do something else. After a little bit of convincing, a little bit of talking, the Archmage managed to start leading him downstairs before Silas came in, adding to the confusion of the area. Well, after some interesting tests that you guys have managed to suss out by using sheer clever and wit amongst yourselves, entering down into the jail cell underneath the flow, you see what looks to be Silas. After a little bit of kind of horrifying combat with him, quite a few downs, quite very near close calls, we discovered a weird thing about Nico. We've discovered some interesting powers that might be on the other side that might not be quite ready for. But after a little bit of magic fuckery from the flow, you guys managed to suss out that the doppelganger that was there is no longer in town and heading towards what looks to be Peak Barrow, which you guys start kind of planning your way to go on a, as Kazim put it, road trip. And you guys decided to end your night with a fun little party or rock and roll show, because someone in our group has invented heavy metal. That was an interesting event from the day. Most of you went off to sleep as Nico went off to go find Freya and spend some time with her, as it very well could be the last time that they see each other. We don't know. And then Silas, realizing that Nico had the key, went back to the flow to go to sleep. Kazim and Mistrix decided to go check out some magical items over at the tent. With some clever chess plays, you managed to get quite a good discount on one weapon, and with some very skilled hands, it looks like Sir Kazim was able to pick himself up something. The cleric not only wanting to rob old people at the tents by also planning a second robbery, also at the flow. So we'll see how that goes. Our cleric has become a thief. But where we left off last was Nico had quite an odd dream with what looked like some gigantic creature that he seemed very familiar with, wanting to talk. We also left with Silas in the middle of a dream that seemed comforting but took quite a dark turn. With the last words he heard were the shrill voice of that doppelganger from the day before, saying, "You think I forgot you?" As Silas, as you look up amongst the burning fire that is within the fields in which you were standing, you see amongst the horizon was the human that was responsible for your tribe's death, holding the head of your leader. And Silas, how would you respond to such a thing? You did manage to succeed your Constitution saving throw, so you are in control of your rage. What would you like to progress with?
I will take a single step forward, brandish my glaive, and welcome him to try.
Silas pulls out his glaive in the middle of this burning field around him and stakes it in the ground, puffing out his chest, taunting this doppelganger to try it one more time. And as he grabs this glaive, you feel a secondary hand gripping your glaive along with you. And you look over and you see another orc that doesn't quite look familiar, yet is at the same time. After some thinking for a second, you come to realize that this is Bogtru, the god of strength and combat in which you've worshipped every day, standing before you, smiling, staring at this beast, looks you in the eyes and says, "Huh, child of Groomish, show him your rage." And you see fire burning from its arm, searing your glaive on the handle, and you see him pull his hand away, and there's now a handprint there. As you grip this handprint, you feel this kind of surge of heat going through your body, and you see and fire begins to burst out from your eyes as you feel some kind of new power coming towards you. And as the human in front of you sees this, menacing smile across his face, drops the head of your leader and begins walking towards you, large greatsword pulled out from his back, and begins rushing you. Please roll for initiative.
About to find out what happens if I die in a dream. That's a 6. My initiative's shit.
Interestingly enough, you get to go first.
Wow.
Yeah, he rolled real bad.
He is a fucking loser. Now, so this thing is 3 charges.
Yes.
And it's basically additional damage equal to my strength modifier, right?
Yes.
Give it a go.
All right, go ahead and
Go
roll for the
try and
attack.
Attack with the glaive. That is a... Oh, I don't think that's going to hit. It's a 14.
That does hit. Please roll for damage.
Okay. Alright, sure. I don't mind doing that at all. That's good. So that is... Oh god, you make me do math now. That is 11 slashing damage and 3 fire damage.
Okay, so are you using one of your charges?
I'm using one of the charges.
Okay, so as it begins to kind of start rushing towards you, you feel that anger that you're feeling towards it, and you get nothing but tunnel vision straight at your target. And you feel this fire building up from underneath your feet, and you all of a sudden bolt as fast as you can towards this thing. And as you touch the ground, you kind of kneeling to the ground, glaive in hand, and you jab up to it, and you burst fire out and throw it across the field. And you can tell that this thing is incredibly hurt within your, and seems to try to get back up. And it almost seems to be reconstituting itself. You hear the snaps of its bones as it's starting to like recorrect itself. And it looks at you and goes, interesting. And you see him pull out his greatsword and start charging at you. Oh, That is very okay. I'll show you a picture if you want, but he goes to slice down, but goes a little too early, and he digs into the ground and falls flat on the ground. He got a natural 1.
Yeah.
He trips to the ground. He's going to try and pick himself back up real quick and try and attack again. Ooh, okay. Does a 27 hit?
And then some.
Okay. Take 8 points of slashing damage.
Is that already halved, or is that?
That is not halved. Are you?
All right, because raging.
Yeah, because you're raging. That's
reduces-
right. So that would be half. You are correct.
unless it's magical. In
No.
which case. All right, that's lovely to know. I just want to read up on this real quick. Oh, I forgot to do this.
Uh-oh.
All right. Let's make it hurt a little more, shall we?
Please do.
First, on each of your turns. I can just do this whenever I want. That's a little bit crazy, but I'll take it. Right, I'm gonna go again. And I forgot to do reckless attack last time,
Oh, okay.
so. Oh, that's good. That is plus 5, 21.
That hits.
I'm not gonna use a charge.
Okay.
But that will be 12 slashing damage plus 4 radiant damage. I used Divine Fury.
Okay. So, as this thing is coming to slash you, grabs its big greatsword, and after it trips, manages to get back up and gets a quick slice up across your chest, but it doesn't hurt nearly as much as you thought it actually might. And as it's kind of recovering back from its bringing its sword back down, you manage to dip down and jab your blade into right underneath his jaw through the back of his head. And you see that as the blood is dripping down your glaive, down your handle and onto your fingers, you just see that, again, menacing smile looking at you. I can't wait to see you. And it vanishes. And all of a sudden, the grass that's around you, the fire begins to die down. And the trees come back, and you see the wind flowing. And the sky begins to turn blue. And as you look amongst the horizon again, you see standing there one more time that large battle-ready orc and the 2 other smaller orcs next to it. And then next to him, you see another orc holding a glaive standing next to you, proud, obviously glad of what you just done. And you manage to finish the rest of your night. While that is happening, Kazim, what you up to, buddy? You guys have just finished your little trip with the shopping little tent and stuff like that. Mistrix, I assume you've gone back to the water wheel to go finish up your knife with song and revelry and probably a lot more drinks.
I'm probably headed that way, yeah, unless he
Alright.
stops me.
You guys are just now leaving the tent. Kazim, are you going to stop her while she walks away, or are you guys going your separate ways?
I think I'm just gonna head back to the flow.
All right, so as you guys say your goodnights and split ways, and Mistrix, you walk off back to the water wheel. Kazim, you're walking back down the streets. You'd say it's about, as you planned, around 11 o'clock. You knew that the quartermaster should be leaving by now as you're walking back towards the flow. The lights are on and bright, and it seems pretty quiet for tonight. It seems calm. You'd hardly tell that there was some troubles the past 2 days, but as you're walking up towards the flow, you see that there's not too many guards around. It seems like a lot of the flow people have gone to bed. You know that Silas has recently gone up to bed back there. And you're walking back towards the quartermaster. Is there anything you want to do before you start walking back there, or are you just going straight back?
I'm just going straight back.
All right, so you kind of start walking around. Are you just walking, or are you going to try and be sneaky, or you're just going to... You seem like you're supposed to be there, so what's the game plan here?
I'm pretty confident. I'm wearing my clerical robes. I'm not worried about anything right now.
So as you walk in and you see the great entrance, you kind of turn off to the right towards the big library, which brought you back to where the quartermaster was. You weave through the bookshelves to this back door, and open it up, and you see where the quartermaster was. It seems that there was a grate that he put down on the window that was right there. You see that there's a guard sitting right next to it, next to the door that was all locked up. What do you want to do?
I think I'm gonna chat up this guard a little bit.
You're gonna shout at him?
Just walk up to him, have a nice conversation.
Ah, good evening, Kazim. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Oh, late night shift, as always.
Understood.
You see him kind of sitting in his chair as he's whittling what looks like a stick, maybe a small project to kind of occupy himself. Doesn't think much happens around here. Can I help you with something?
I heard some commotion going on a couple blocks away, and you're the first guard I've been able to find. It doesn't sound like it's an immediate emergency, but would you mind checking that out really quick?
Roll for deception.
What do I add to this? Let's see. Okay. Seven.
7? Ah, one of the other guards can probably get to it if it's not an emergency.
You're right. You're right. I don't think this is gonna work. I don't think this is gonna work out how I want it to. I think I'm just gonna cut my losses.
Yeah, just gonna go
Yeah.
on off to bed.
I can't see if there's a reason to get him away from the door on a 7 deception.
That's fair. That's fair. So, what are you doing instead?
It's like 11 o'clock at night.
About, yeah.
I told the Archmage to have the teleporter ready by 8.
Yep.
So I think I'm gonna head to bed.
All right. So, you go upstairs and lay down, warm bed. You notice that it looks like it was rummaged through a little bit. Obviously, from what the Archmage told you, it was probably whatever that doppelganger was. So you're not too surprised by anything that you walk in there. You see that there was kind of a late night snack in what looks to be like a little small sack of gold put on there and a little note on it. Do you want to read the note?
Yeah.
You read the note and you can tell it's kind of a generic like apology note that like a hotel might give you. It says like, sorry for the inconvenience. Here's some recompense. And you look inside and it just looks like it's maybe 10 gold and to try and make up for whatever was lost.
Hell yeah.
So while you're kind of bedding down and stuff like that, we're going to go over to Mistrix. Mistrix, you doing anything?
I'm probably gonna talk to Tasha.
Okay. So you're walking down, you just left Kazim and stuff, so you're walking across the bridge into the calm river as it flows through the city and walking into the water wheel. It's not bustling by any means, not nearly as much as it was before, as it's pretty late, so most people were probably gone. There's still like 3 or 4 people are in there, so you kind of sit down in your normal spot and you hear Tasha go, "Oh, hey Trix, how you doing, sweetie? What's up?"
Apparently, I'm packing for an adventure in the morning.
Oh yeah. I got Kazim was we were talking about that, and it sounds like a lot of fun. They're gonna need you. Can I get you a drink?
I'm sure one won't hurt before bed.
All right, be right up. So she starts fixing your drink and stuff, and she places it on there and goes, "Well, big hero, are you excited? Or are you scared?"
Say that a little bit of both would be a good mix.
That's right. You'll be all right. She kind of winks at you and kind of goes back to. She sits down and she goes, "You know, I'm gonna miss you."
It's not like I'm gonna die.
You better not. You're not allowed to.
Well, I have to keep them alive, so
That
gotta be the distraction.
exactly. We need somebody that's gonna keep them in check.
Luckily, I'm a cat, so I'm pretty fast on my feet.
Yeah, that is true. I've seen you do some pretty miraculous things with how quick you are.
That can be taken many ways, ma'am. That can be taken many ways.
She kind of lifts up her cup, leans back in her chair, and goes, "You take it however you want there, sweetie." Takes a little sip.
All right, then. I was wondering if you have any suggestions, because I don't particularly know the cultural aspects of this side of the world.
What do you mean suggestions? I think you're pretty awesome. What do you mean?
I mean, as in, like, are there certain things that I should look out for or avoid in your case?
You should probably stop stabbing people in the throat.
I did not intend. We're not even gonna go there.
I
Not even
mean,
gonna go-
yes, for my opinion. I'm sorry, sweetie. You know how I
I
am.
know. I meant more along the lines of, don't go into shady alleys, like that kind of suggestion.
Well, one thing I can tell you, sweetie, based on what I've seen here in the forest around here, is not everything's always what it seems like it's gonna be. Sometimes you get one piece of advice I'll give you before you start heading out there is not every battle is yours to fight. Make sure you and your friends remember that.
I mean, there's not much to fight with, so I get that.
You don't know what's out there, so.
Yeah.
All right, sweetie, I'm gonna get
Alright.
back to work. You have a great night.
You too. See you later.
She kind of gets back up and she goes back to the bar and starts fixing more drinks and stuff like that. I assume you're just gonna go off to bed.
I'll probably camp downstairs for a little bit and see if there's like a feel for anything that I need to be worried about. Kind of listen to my own instincts and see what I need to do about this adventure.
Okay, so you start. You'll stay down there for a little while. In the meantime, we're gonna go over to Nico. As we said last time, you were laying down with young Freya and enjoying some sweet time with the child for the night. And as you begin to bed down and sleep, you found yourself kind of weightless, floating in a sea of blue all around you, and cushions and chairs and couches and tables began to appear around you. And sitting in one of the cushioned areas was a very large being that you're familiar with, that you've made a deal with recently, sitting there smoking his hookah, towering over you, and goes, "Hello, Nico. Let's talk."
Hi. Yeah. Let's talk.
So you're gonna sit down?
Yeah. He will sit down. Like he will like grab a pillow, sit down on it, cross-legged, and he will look the other way.
So he kind of puts a little one of those hoses for his hookahs in front of you and kind of goes, "Please, relax. We're all friends here. Now, I saw that some things have happened and took quite a close call there."
Yep, that happened. I was not the intention.
Well,
Absolutely not.
it's a good thing that I stepped in to try and help out like I could. And you see a kind of sly grin kind of go across his face, seeing if you realized what had happened.
You know, I had a very weird feeling about what happened because, honestly, I don't remember much from that point. And seeing as I am still alive and breathing, well, I imagined that, something would have gone wrong. And if I remember correctly, that was not the deal, right?
I mean, deals change, as we all know. And I've come with perhaps a suggestion, if you are interested.
Okay, cool. Yeah, your suggestion, eh? Okay.
You see, I've seen you using your magic. I see you enjoy your powers.
Well, I wouldn't put it that way necessarily.
I feel I've upheld my end of the bargain, and I guess you may not realize is never quite defined your side of it, so I've come with my decision. I'll continue to help, obviously. You and your friends are gonna go on an adventure. We're gonna need as much help as you can get, am I right?
Apparently.
Well,
it was, yeah.
I assume how much of your foe do you really know? Do you really know what you're up against?
Well, personally, I've never necessarily seen anything of the like, but it appears like it's able to change shape to accommodate whatever needs it really wants and needs. It can enter the minds, which I'm pretty sure you're already aware of. And
very.
yes, and it hurts like a mother trucker.
I'm
A
sure.
lot.
I'm sure. Now, I have a deal for you. Care to listen?
Oh,
I've been around this material plane for quite some time. Don't need to get into specifics, but I've seen quite a few things. How, might be able to provide you and your friends with some information what you might need along the way, and what I ask for in return is mere paltry compared to what I can offer.
oh, really? Now, what would you like in return?
How about, amongst my discretion, of course, I, get to come out to play sometime. And you see this big smile go across his face.
Oh, that's what I was worried about. You want to come out and play?
I won't do it at any time that would interfere with your bonding and your friends. Just perhaps there will be some moments in which I want to stretch my legs. How about it?
So you help us and continue
course.
helping me and all that, and you come out to play.
Of course. We're all friends here, aren't we? And he holds
Oh,
out
well,
his
that's
large hand out to you. Do we have a deal?
I will just roll for myself to see whether or not I would like to agree.
Okay, interesting. Interesting.
Because I can't make that decision at this very moment. Oh, shakes the hand.
As soon as you reach out and touch the hand, it flashes blue, and you wake up in the bed, and Freya's still asleep right there. You aren't too sure what happened, but you look down at your hand, and you see this kind of blue mist, just for a second, and then dissipate. You're pretty sure whatever you just agreed to, pretty locked in. And you look on the back of your hand, and you just see what looks like a small blue rune for a second, and it vanishes.
Cool. He will kind of just run his fingers over the hand. Take a deep breath. Look around. What time?
Based on how dark it is right now, you'd say maybe like 2 a.m. It's pretty early. You maybe been asleep for maybe like 3 hours or so.
Yeah, he's not a morning person. He definitely goes the fuck back to sleep.
Okay.
Slightly more worried, but yes, he does.
All right. Well, you guys all managed to complete a very long rest, and the sun begins to rise up, and you guys are able to enjoy your night. But yeah, everyone seems to wake up nice and refreshed. Let's go to start our day with Kazim. How are you gonna start your day? You wake up in the same room, nice and kind of, you feel ready for the day. You'd say it's about 7 o'clock when you wake up. You got your full time in, and you look over and you see that there is again food laid out for you that seems to be custom at the flow for you. Do you want to do anything?
I think I'm gonna go back down to the quartermaster one last time. He just opened, right?
Yes, he did.
I think I'm gonna chat him up one last time just before I go.
Okay, so you manage to open up the door, and you start walking down the stairs towards the quartermaster, and you see that the archmage is standing in the middle of the room, and he goes, "Oh, wait, Kazim, come here for a second if you would."
Yeah.
I apologize that we've neglected to reward you all for the hard work in which you've put, and being that you guys are going out on your adventure beginning today, I'd like to offer you a small reward if I could.
What do you have in mind?
So he hands you a bag of gold and goes, "Now, this is meant to be split amongst your friends, so bear that in mind."
Of course. How much gold is in the bag?
So he hands you a bag which feels kind of light, but then you open it up and realize that it's 20 platinum.
20 platinum. Okay, so that's 5 platinum pieces apiece.
Yes, there are 10 pieces of gold a pop.
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you right now, Archmage, we will all appreciate this gift very much.
Well, it's the least that we can do. When you've rounded your group together, please meet us up in the tower in which you were yesterday. And he kind of walks off, seems to glide, and you go over to the quartermaster.
Yeah.
All right, so you start walking in, and you see him. He looks like he just got in. He's unlocking the door. He's bringing it out, and he goes, "Ah, welcome back."
I'd like to double check that amulet that we talked about yesterday is still here.
Okay, so you he is like, yes, the here, one more time. Here we go. And he brings it back out, and now, from what I remember, this will help protect you against psychological attacks.
Yes, that's what you told me yesterday.
Yes, and it's have you brought something for collateral?
Possibly. And I'm gonna lay the hand axe that I pilfered last night on the table.
So he kind of quickly picks it up, and you see him kind of bring up this little monocle thing, and he kind of is looking at it very closely and inspecting it, and goes, And he looks over at you. All right. I think this will do. I think this will work. And he kind of slides over that necklace to you.
Perfect.
So,
Necklace is more important.
I'll have to make one for you. It's a necklace that will give you advantage on, what's it called? Advantage on wisdom saving throws. All wisdom saving throws.
Perfect.
So it's kind of like your little ring, but does all of them. So while you're kind of doing that, we're going to go head on over to Silas. What are you doing?
Silas sort of immediately after waking up will go out into sort of where the fountain is.
Okay.
And simply kneel down and pray for a little while.
As you wake up from your interesting night, you go to grab your glaive and look at it, and you see that there is that burnt handprint that was in your dream on the shaft of the glaive.
Yeah.
Interesting thought. And you pick it up, you put it behind you, and you start walking out. You see Kazim talking to the Archmage, and before the Archmage walks up to Kazim, he gives you a quick little semi-formal bow to say hello and good morning to you. And as you walk out, it's a beautiful day out. There's not a single cloud that's out in the sky. And it seems kind of rather bustling right now, but not too bad. And you walk out to the fountain, get on your one knee, and you begin praying. Is there anything in particular that you're praying to, who you're praying to?
I am praying to Ilnival, the War Master, in that wherever we go, war will not follow us.
Okay. So while you're doing, are you going to be doing anything else, or you want to pray for a minute? Or...
I'm basically praying and sort of making my way through the whole pantheon until I see Kazim come out of the library.
Okay, so while you're doing that, we're going to go head on over to Mistrix. You wake up in a drunken stupor, halfway out of your bed. You spent the whole night partying. It was quite a blast for you.
Sounds
And
like me.
You wake up in your not destitute, but definitely not luxurious room with your jester costume kind of strewn about as you drunkenly the night before kind of wandered in, just kind of threw it anywhere. What are you doing this morning?
Firstly, she'd get her stuff together, and then she would probably take, I want to say the viol, so like the more violin-esque instrument, and probably play like a cheerful "Until I See You Again" kind of song.
Okay.
Just so Tasha knows, until we see you again, it's okay.
Are you doing this as you're walking out, or are you just down there entertaining for a little while?
Probably entertain for a little bit and then end with that song as I leave.
Okay, so obviously she brings you your normal milk and breakfast meal in the morning.
That she thinks needs to be in a saucer because I've convinced her.
Yeah, because she 100% brings you 2 little bowls, one with oatmeal, one with milk in it, and you manage to entertain the entire group. They're very happy to have you. You see that her eyes are sad, but she also is happy that you found some kind of calling that she's excited to see where you're going to go from here and what stories you might come back with. She gives you a quick hug and a kiss on the forehead and says, "Now, you be safe and you do not make me chase after you with my axe because I will kill so many people. If anything happens to you, you come back. You understand?"
What am I, your house pet? Jeez. It's okay.
I mean,
calm down.
I'm allowed to care. I'm allowed to care.
You are allowed to care. But you know I'm a traveling bard, right?
I know.
I travel.
I know. But you've always got a home here.
Fair. Well, I appreciate that. And I will let the group know that you will miss them as well.
Very much so. Be safe. And she kind of wanders back as you begin to pack up your stuff and you start walking down to the flow. And last but not least, we're going to go check on with Nico. How are you?
Yay!
You wake up a little bit later than the others, kind of. Freya's already left the kind of room as she's wandered downstairs, not wanting to disturb you as you were snoring up a storm.
Absolutely, he's not a morning person.
You had an interesting dream, but nothing too bad. So, what are you gonna do this morning?
I have just a general question. What time of year is it? Like, what season are we on?
It's fall.
It's fall.
Yeah.
It's fall. Well, Nico is freezing his ass off right now in that case. He will check up on whether or not he's packed everything that he had left at the farmhouse. He's going to check out the backpack that with the satchel that a certain lady of the house has left for him.
You see that she's left in there about 20 gold and a little note that says, "Bring something back for Freya."
Ooh. That's good. All right. He's going to pack. He's going to walk downstairs. He'll hug every single person there, so hard, so tight, tears, welling up in his eyes, when he sees Freya,
You see Freya kind of leap in your arms, is giving you a big tight hug, and goes, "It's okay. You have to go fight the bad people."
Sweetie, sometimes you don't need to fight. It will be alright, but just remember, if you can choose to, do it peacefully, right?
Okay. Then you see her kind of wandering over, and Cresselia gives you another big hug, and she goes, "Now you're not allowed to leave me without saying, you get to promise me right now you're coming back, right?"
I'll pinky promise, and he'll be obviously lying.
You're obviously lying. So she kind of just gives you a hug and goes, "Please be safe. I swear, if I have to explain this to Freya and Nicholas, I will bring you back from the dead, and you get to explain it to them. And she gives you a big old
Sounds
kiss
like
on the
a
cheek,
deal.
and you see the big smile as she's obviously messing with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. My deception is pretty okay. 22.
Wow. So she 100% believes you, but
Yeah.
you go over to Nicholas and he goes to give you a hug. He's obviously one that's not very familiar with his emotions and stuff, but he does kind of tell you, like, be safe. And he looks over the dog and goes, make sure your friend comes get his dog when this is all over.
I thought you wanted a dog, you know?
Uh,
From what I've heard
And he
around
kind of looks
those,
and he looks
comments.
over at Cresselia and Freya and goes, "Yeah, I've always wanted a dog." You don't even need to
I'll
roll.
make
You
sure
know
to
he's
relay
lying.
the message.
He will,
Absolutely.
he will
I'll
love
make
that dog
sure.
by the end of the week.
He
I will
better love that
definitely
dog.
relay the message. Just make sure that you guys stay safe. We've asked I've asked Stylist to help me out with some things. Once it's safe, they will come out for you, and you'll get notified.
Okay.
Please try to watch out, okay?
Of course. Of course. We'll be fine. You just got to make sure you come back as well.
Of course.
So he gives you another big hug, and they
Mm-hmm.
hand you a little bag with a little basket in it. And she goes, Cresselia goes, "Oh, I also made snacks for you and your friends. So make sure you guys are all fully fed. You can't go adventuring without food."
Thank you. Now, before Nico will head off, he will beckon Freya to come over to him.
Okay, so she kind of skips on over.
He'll put like a single finger to his lips, in this kind of shushing motion,
Mhm.
and he will pull out from his pocket a single signet ring with his family crest logo, and you hold on to this one for me, okay? Don't tell anyone that you have it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a secret between you and me.
Okay. Yeah, I can
Alright.
keep a secret. Okay. You see,
Absolutely.
kind of lift up her little plain old dress, and underneath she's got some shorts, so she's got them in her pockets.
Mm-hmm. Keep it safe, alright?
Okay.
And I'll be back.
Okay.
I promise.
I will make sure it'll be here when you come back. Make sure Mama says bring me something back.
Oh, I will bring you the. You know what? It'll be a surprise, alright?
Oh, I love surprises.
I know you do. And once I'm back, I expect you to know how to spell our names properly, alright? Your moms and dads too.
Yes. So she kind of kicks her feet a little bit and then gives you one more big hug, latching on.
He's very reluctant to let her go, and he gets the tears out of his eyes, and he will be leaving for the adventure. Woo!
Is there anything else anyone wants to do before they meet up at the fountain? So we'll just skip on ahead.
I'm good to go.
All right, we'll just skip on ahead. All of you guys kind of meet up around the fountain around the same time. Kazim obviously will come out first. And then a little bit while later, you'll see Mistrix kind of going along, strumming along on her instrument as she kind of dances around down the street. And you'll see on the other side, Nico kind of dragging his feet, not really wanting to go, basket in hands as you all meet up. You'd say
Morning?
around this time, it's probably about 7:30-ish, 7:40. So it's getting pretty close.
Morning, Silas.
Someone sounds a little down in the dumps.
Well, if you had to leave your family behind, you know how that feels, okay?
Oh, so now we're making fun of the orphan cat. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh,
And the orc who lost his whole family last
God
week.
damn.
Yes.
Anyway, guys,
rolls.
good morning. I bring a gift from Archie.
Oh, I don't. Gifts from that one.
I have a feeling you're not going to turn this down, and I'm going to palm 5 platinum pieces into their hands.
Ooh,
Silas will refuse it.
keep it.
Straight up.
Yeah, keep it. I'm good.
Currency is not my speciality.
Yeah.
You will be. You will know what good it does.
I mean, I'm not gonna complain, Mistrix. Do you feel the same way?
Though I'm good with money, I don't trust his money.
All right. I'll just pocket it.
All right, that's fine. Everyone just willingly gave it to you.
I wasn't
But,
expecting
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
but
now you got
alright.
yourself
Yeah, the
200 gold.
You're the group treasurer! Woo!
Ooh, yeah. I'm the most trustworthy
But,
person.
Tim,
I
what
don't
do
even
you
use
got?
it.
Silas still doesn't understand how currency works. So he's like, he trades in
Wonder.
He's
he
playing by
trades
his
in meat
character.
and pelts. So
I will bring Silas aside and I will hand him the necklace.
All right. Silas, you managed to get yourself. I want to see if I gotta make sure you get yourself a necklace that gives you advantage on all wisdom saving throws.
brilliant. Do I want to know how you came across this?
No. Anyway, guys, we ready to go?
No, what does that mean? What did you do?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We played chess.
We did play chess. That is indeed true. I can vouch on that one. I'm
What did you
very
do
good
yesterday?
at chess. We played
you
chess,
played chess.
You played
and I
chess.
won.
You
She won.
Nico, if somebody comes asking for it, let me handle it.
I got a sword out of
Nobody's
it.
going to be
so-
asking for the necklace. I can tell you that for sure.
Well, a rapier. That's that's good enough, right?
I feel like I've missed a huge chunk of like.
Probably.
What?
Nico, they have their secrets, we have our own.
I don't have secrets.
I suppose. Right, Silas, I was supposed to relay a message. I promised I would. You need to get back after this to get the dog back, just so you know. I said that. Now that part of the deal is done. Good. And the next part, breakfast, anyone? And he like pulls out the basket and like opens it up and starts distributing some of the foods to those who would like to.
Yeah,
Wait,
I'll
eat
take
food
a
like
little bit.
normal? Eat
Mm.
food like a normal person? What?
Remind me to teach Cresselia how to cook a proper orc breakfast when we
Oh.
get back.
Oh, I was supposed to tell you guys that
Well,
Tasha says she will miss us all. And that we better come back, otherwise
my
she will come
goodness.
after us.
Silas, I just
Yeah.
remembered. Your key. Yeah, I had it some. Oh, yeah, right.
It's
and
it's
he...
fine, Nico.
No,
I'll-
I
I'll
don't
ta-
want
I'll-
to be holding.
I'll take the key back, but it'll be like, it's fine.
Yeah.
We're all rested. We can
Yeah.
use it when we get back.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Because we'll definitely be back, right?
Yes.
Of course.
If you live with doubt, the doubt will come true. So we will come back.
You know, that sounds all like fake confidence.
Nico, we will get back. Things are going to be fine.
Of course.
We are not alone. We have each other. And we have the council backing us.
Right.
Be brave, dark shiny one. We will be fine.
Now, Kazim, where is this teleporter which you were so horribly kept secret from?
Offend.
Yeah, it's so horrible. I don't know. They had no reason not to tell me about it. Anyway, before we go there, I just gotta run one thing by you guys.
2 to
When
4.
we do get to Peak Barrow, don't drop my name at all, expecting it to get us anywhere. Because because
2
I
to
don't
4,
wanna-
right?
I don't want anybody to notice that we're there, so we gotta keep it on the down low. You hear? Like,
Because 2 to
Oh,
4.
electoral insight for this.
I'll
I'm
roll
just
deception against it. Yeah.
because
Yeah,
because
go
2
ahead.
to 4. 2 to 4.
Mine insight is bad. 16 total.
Yeah. You beat my 11. So
You know he's lying.
yeah, you can plain as day. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it would just be gosh for us to like throw my name around, you know. Let's just keep it on it down though, you know.
Smooth.
Cool.
I'm gonna look at Nico with a raised eyebrow.
I'm just gonna shake my head.
Anyway, let's teleport us to the top of the tower. Let's go, gang.
So as you guys are readying yourselves for what's about to
I
come,
was so much more confident 5 minutes ago.
I love how we're a group of ragtag heroes led by a bird who lies about half of his life.
I don't see it as a lie. I see it as a stretched truth. I
he
work for
sees
the
that-
church.
he sees it as hope.
I'm better at charming people than you are.
Much better, yeah. With my incredibly low charisma stats,
So,
much
so
better.
just kind of
Silas
look at
is
me
gonna-
if you want backup.
Silas is gonna just fucking facepalm and start walking up the tower.
Okay, let's
You
go.
guys
Follow
can
the
continue this
Go.
conversation as you're
Silence,
walking up the
yeah.
stairs.
For
You
once in his life, Silas is taking the lead.
Oh
it,
god.
it feels very jovial as you guys are walking up. You start feeling more and more the higher you climb, the more kind of, for lack of a better term, it just feels very magical. You feel the presence of something seems a little
Oh,
bit
God.
more dark. And as you walk up to the very top, you walk into this room and you see this circle in the middle of it with a large triangle and a bunch of runic symbols all around and stuff like that. You see it engraved in the ground, so it seems pretty permanent. And you see the Archmage there and goes, "Hello, I was just about to finish up. Welcome, welcome. Here's how this is going to work. If you all could please pick a spot on the outer border of the circle." And you guys all start kind of lining up a little bit. And he goes, okay. And he grabs this sky blue sphere. It's a perfectly round gem. And begins to take it into the middle of the crystal and goes, "Now, this should happen pretty instantaneously. When you guys see the gate open, run through it. And on the other side, you guys should be in Peak Barrow. Be wary, there is going to be some nausea because I assume that none of you have teleported, and it's going to be a little unsettling and very quick, but it'll subside very soon. So,
Question.
Yeah.
You said should be Peak Barrel.
as with any magic, some things can go awry, which is why it's generally not used too much. But we've been practicing this for quite some time, and we haven't had very many mix-ups in the last decade or so. You'll be fine.
I'm just gonna look at Kazim and be like, I
Can I
told you.
check
I
the
don't
math
trust-
on that one, Chief? Can I roll insight for that?
Yeah, you can roll insight on that.
Cat already doesn't trust the Archmage.
Actually-
Come on.
Actually, roll Arcana.
Arcana?
Yeah, roll Arcana.
How are my stats on that? Ooh, that is a clean +1. Let's see what I can do.
Oh god.
Have
Can I
12.
roll for that? Jesus.
I mean, it sounds right.
Yeah, it sounds like it should be fine, guys.
I
Let's
mean,
go.
magic is pretty inconsistent sometimes. There are different variables, so you have no idea.
What?
Yeah, he's
what?
only
Okay.
the Archmage. Why should he be expected to be perfect?
There's
Can
no
we-
such
can
thing
we-
as perfect in magic.
What? Can we make a plan in case one of us gets stuck somewhere else?
I doubt only one of us will be stuck somewhere else. The plan is get to
Oh.
Peak Barrow.
I
Okay.
would like to walk up to Kazim.
Okay.
I'm gonna look. Are you taller or shorter than me?
I'm
Oh,
like
come on, like-
probably 5 feet.
Oh, you're much shorter than me then. I'm gonna look down at you, and I'll tell you.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just gonna hover a foot off the ground so we can meet eyes.
If I don't go back to Freya and I'll get stuck somewhere else, I will find you, and I'll fucking melt your face off.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's
We don't have many options. Time is of the essence. We need to make it to Peat Barrow before the assailant does. Greymore, are we being expected?
I have sent word. By the way, when you get there, make sure you guys decided on a kind of name? They need something in the registry for when you guys arrive there, so we need gonna need some kind of name for you guys to write down. Do you have something prepared?
Like a name as the group?
Yes.
Bird.
Kazim
I'm
the
sorry,
Funky Bunch?
Kazim. No. 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 No.
Oh.
I thought that was pretty spotless, but
Plan fuck up.
I don't like our chances, you know, guys,
Just-
with this plan. And like suddenly.
I'm sure you guys will have time to think of it there, but for now, I wish you all the best of luck. Please be safe, and I hope I see you guys again very soon. And he puts down the crystal in the middle, and you see it begin to levitate towards them up in the middle of the room, kind of floating there, listening. And you see that blue starting to glow brighter and brighter, and you see it starting to expand, and it looks almost like an eye had just opened, and you can see just a swirling mist on the other side. And the gateway is now open. So, who's jumping through?
Last one there pays for lunch, and I jump through.
Kazim's jumping there next.
I will. I will follow.
I'm going dead last.
Okay.
Almost hesitating to actually step
The
through.
guy with over 200 gold does not pay. for lunch. Is that right?
Okay.
Yeah, but if you miss and you get sent somewhere else, you're still paying because you're last one.
Touche.
I think lunch is the last of your worries at that point when you end up on the other side
Just on
of
a
hell.
different plane of existence. I'll be back
Yeah.
soon, guys.
Just teleport next to Tiamat. Yeah, shit, lunch.
So,
Cool.
But yeah, Silas is definitely the first one to go through.
as you guys are floating through what seems to be this kind of weird magical tunnel, you're going through, and it feels like you're traveling incredibly fast, incredibly quick, and you don't quite understand how for some reason. And then you start to feel this kind of odd sensation you've never really felt before. None of you really teleported, so you're not used to it. But it feels like you're starting to slow down, and you suddenly stop. And who went through first?
Silas, I'm pretty sure.
So Silas, you feel contact with the ground, and it feels squishy. Not quite as hard as rock solid as you might have expected. And the rest of you start plummeting out. And Silas, as you stand up, you look around, and you're not in a temple. You're in a weird forest, it seems. It's very misty. It's dark. You don't really see anything. It's large trees. There's hundreds of trees all over the place. It's weird. You guys all start standing up. You all notice this too. And none of you really recognize this place. But then you look over at Mistrix. And Mistrix is frozen in place. Terrified. Just standing there, wide-eyed, deers in headlights. You turn around and you can see the opening that you guys came through. It's still open in Mistrix. In your head, all you hear is, Dahlia, run! And you have this incessant need to run away.
Like instinctive?
Yeah,
run away?
like it is in the back of your mind, instantaneously, you just feel this need to run away.
Can I climb the nearest tree?
Yeah. So you guys look over and you see that all of a sudden Mistrix has started climbing up the side of this tree, terrified of what's going on around. What do you guys do?
Ready my glaive.
Okay.
Zim.
I'm just gonna... I'm gonna fly up and see if I can't see anything over the treetops.
Okay. As you begin flying over the treetops, you look around and notice that there is nothing. You look down and you see this weird island, almost. It's just covered in trees. Covered in trees. You, What?
Is the portal still open?
The portal is still open. You see that behind you guys that there is still what looks like the weird portal in which you came through, and there's just an island of black nothingness. These weird swirls of the silvery kind of dust going through all over. And there's an island just covered in trees. You see, maybe there's some land masses far off into the distance, but it looks just like absolutely nothing. And Kazim, based on your research, this looks an awful lot like how the Astral Sea is described. Mistrix, as you're climbing that tree, you hear this again. Dahlia, run! And you hear this, all of you hear this loud kind of roar, deep and bellowing. You hear twigs snapping and rocks falling over. You hear, and Kazim, you manage to look over and you see that there are trees being felled on the far side of the island, coming towards where your group is. And whatever it is, it seems large, and it is running towards you.
Can I tell instinctively which direction feels safest to run in?
The way that the portal is.
I'm gonna scream back through the portal.
I'm gonna go back through the portal.
All right, what's the order?
Silas goes last. He needs to make sure that everyone else is in before him, and then he'll jump backwards.
Okay, so you guys all start piling into the portal, and all of you manage to get through. And Silas, you're looking great, glaive ready, well, whatever this thing is, and you just barely see. You hear Kazim go through as he was the one right before you, and you see this weird, monstrous, like, it has a human face and elk horns and the body of a lion. It's terrifying. You've never seen anything like it. It looks horrific, and you jump back through the portal. All of you manage to fall back, and you all hit the stone and look around you and notice you're right back in River's Run. And you see that the Archmage all of a sudden kind of was about to walk down the stairs, stops, and kind of turns on a heel and goes...
I'm gonna look at him and scream, "Where the fuck did you send us?"
Peak Barrow?
No.
Why are you back already?
Hell no! Hell no! Fuck your black magic.
You sent us. You sent us to the Astral Sea, my guy.
How? That magic isn't even possible. How?
You know what? That is an
Damn,
excellent
good
question that we need you to look into while we get to Peak Barrow.
Okay, so he goes, okay. First, what did you see? What was it? What did you see? Where were you? Describe it.
We were in like an island in inky blackness,
You
covered
see him
with
kind of
forest.
snapping two scribes that come forward. Come here, write it down. You see him all frantically writing down whatever you see, and you say, and you're sure that this was the Astral Sea that you saw?
Based on my research, yes.
So he quickly goes over and grabs the crystal, and he's looking at it and inspecting it, and you see him kind of turn it over to the side, and you guys couldn't see it before, but now that you see there's this faint crack, and on the back of it is this purple crystal.
God.
And you see him kind of pull it out and look at it, and he goes, and he throws the other orb on the ground and goes, "That goddamn doppelganger!" And you see him, you've never seen him express this much anger and just fear. He's just so fucking disappointed in himself and mad that everything is being able to be fucked like this. He must have known about the teleporter. He knew about he was going to Peak Barrow first and sabotaged it so he couldn't follow him.
Raymore. Everyone makes mistakes. We're okay. Getting angry isn't going to fix this.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I'll arrange for horses for you guys to make your way there. And he looks at you, Kazim, and goes, Kazim, unfortunately, you might have to take the underpass. Which, Kazim, you do know that there is the underpass. It takes a good 4 days off of your journey. However, it's through the mines, and it connects to the bottom of the Dwarven mines, and it's said to be incredibly dangerous.
So hold on, he's sending these guys with horses and sending me underground?
No, he's sending all of you underground.
With horses?
He's telling you might have to take what's called the underpass, which you have heard about, and you do know that it is possible to get through with horses. It's just there are things that might be down there. It's a shortcut that you were told about when you left Peak Barrel, but decided against it as, like I said, it's considered incredibly dangerous.
It would take 4 days off of travel to take it, though.
Yes. So
How
if you
long did you travel?
so
before?
by
Like 2
horse, it
weeks?
could take 3 to 4 days by horse, going as hard as you can, as fast as you can. All of you have to sleep though, so that's with you guys taking exhaustion to get there that quickly. So with you guys, it's gonna take you about 4 to 5, maybe 6 days, depending on how traveling goes. With 0 interruptions, with nothing happening to you guys, at the quickest you'd probably get there is 4 days, and that's going as fast as possible with 0 interruptions.
I mean-
What the deal?
About a week of travel, we'll have plenty of time to think of a group name. Road trip?
This was not what we agreed on.
Well, the plan unfortunately fell through, but we've still got lives to save. And we still, do I get the feeling we have a chance at still beating the doppelganger there if we take this underpass?
Yes, you are positive you will get there beforehand.
It's our best bet at saving lives here.
Nico, if you don't want to go, now is the time to say. Because when we get to Peak Barrow, we're going to have to deal with this doppelganger. And all of us, whether we're traveling or staying here helping with research, and I'll sort of look between Mistrix and Greymore, are unfortunately going to have to be on the same page.
Mistrix is like 80% zoned out in her own mind. Just so you know.
So I say if any of us want to call it quits and go back to our old lives, now is the time to say.
Sure, let's go. Let's go into the unknown. To the definitely not death. Whoa. Oh, I'd just fucking go at this point.
Okay.
Hi.
I will get some horses together for you guys to set out on your journey. Please be safe. And he kind of quickly shoos off, and he's whispering. He goes to talk to one and goes, "Go research whatever just happened right now. Go." He sends him off, and he kind of starts leading you guys down the stairs. And you go walk out the front door, and you see already word has spread that quickly. He was on it to get you guys something to go. You only had to wait. You didn't even have to wait like 5 minutes as 4 horses are beginning to be brought to the front of the flow as you guys are walking down.
I want the tallest horse. I'm the shortest person. I want it.
I'll take the last pick.
I'm gonna
I
talk
feel
to
like-
Archie
feel
really
like-
quick before we mount up and leave.
Okay.
I'd like to go with Kazim on this one.
I'll stay with Misty. Mistrix.
Okay.
I'll play with the horses. Calm myself. Play with the horses. Oh,
I'll join that, sweetie.
So, what are you guys
Jesus
talking to
Christ.
the Archmage for?
So, first of all, as Josh, I know Archmage Greymore that's his full name.
Yes.
I'm just gonna say, who's this Greymore guy? Just really quickly to Silas, I know who's this Greymore guy you keep saying?
That's the Archmage's name. We were told this yesterday at the council.
You mean Archie?
Kazim, you are
Archie.
a wonderful mind.
Yes.
It's pronounced beautiful mind. Anyway, Archie. So the doppelgangers.
Mhm.
I have a feeling like I know why they knew about the teleporter.
Do tell.
doppelgangers come from the astral sea, right?
Not well. I also do know that they do come from other planes of existence as well. I didn't know they could also come from the astral sea, but that would explain a lot if their origins are from there, based on their racial feats being able to change so much, and how the astral sea seems to be just a pool of magic, essentially. I wouldn't be
You said you
surprised.
haven't had any mix-ups in the last decade or so?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Because normally, you have to understand, the way these teleporters work is those crystals that I have are coordinates to another teleporting crystal. And if it would have worked properly, it should have just activated and essentially just changed the teleporter circle in which you're at. So that's why we haven't had any mix-up. We never thought to check the crystal. We didn't think that anyone would try and sabotage it as such. But I assume that he changed the coordinates by putting in this piece here, and you see him holding the piece of rose quartz.
So let me ask you a question here, Archie.
Yeah.
When was the last time you teleported either Marcus or Bond?
I've never teleported them before. The last
I'm just trying to
teleport we
draw a line
had,
here. We know they were disguising themselves as Marcus and Bond, two members of the church.
the last teleport that we had was an envoy for the king. That was.
Did anything seem unusual about that envoy?
We didn't think anything of it. He seemed up and up. He was letting us know just certain taxes in which the king was looking for, and yeah, it was only about 3 months ago. He usually sends an envoy every 6 months to make sure that the king's wishes are doled out if there's any changes, but yeah, nothing's too unusual about him. He did seem rather interested in our immigration of the unorthodox for some reason, but I assume that's just because other places are not quite so accepting as we are, so perhaps they were asking for tips on how other cities could get better or well acquainted.
Any chance you remember his name, Archie?
I believe his name was Malias. Yeah, that would be his name, Malias.
Okay. Good luck with your research. We should be heading out.
Thank you, and be careful. I don't think I have to tell you how dangerous that path can be.
Of course. And I'll settle up.
Okay.
I'll go back and I'm gonna try and find the strongest horse because I weigh a bit. I'm like a nearly.
hefty.
I'm almost 7 feet, and I'm pretty built. So
If it happens to be the tallest, I will trade.
You get the most grandiose. I imagine Mistrix is putting on like gilded armor on top of this horse for no reason other than the
And
look.
braiding gems into its hair. Just, yes.
You guys all begin to mount up, and there you notice on the back of two of them that there are enough provisions for you guys to kind of survive if you do end up not going to underpass. And Kazim, you do start kind of leading them towards that way. You do know that it's about the entrance is about 6 hours away from here by horse. So while we're doing that, the way we're going to do travel is I want one of you guys can pick who to roll a d20.
Any kind of bonus stuff or just
Nope.
any volunteers?
Or...
Just a regular old d20.
Any
I'll roll a
volunteers? All right,
I
Josh,
don't want
go
to be
for it.
blamed for that.
Yeah.
I'm already taking the blame for the teleporter idea, so...
Now, on our way there, Trix is gonna ask Kazim like what exactly the underpass is. She doesn't know this stuff, so she wants to know.
Do I add anything to this, Karma?
No, it's just a d20.
When do you want to know the number?
Tell me.
5?
Okay. It's not a check of anything. It's something else.
It's an event. It's
A
some kind of
little
event
little
die.
luck.
Encounter
A little...
thing.
I
It's some kind of encounter.
feel like we should rotate just to
Yeah.
be.
Did I say a 5? I meant a natural 5. It's 17? Is that better?
I mean, if you wanted to be either way, it's just yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a 5.
Okay, so you guys are kind of walking through the forest, and it's relatively calm. You don't really come across much of anything, really, until as you're going along on the forest floor. There's trees all around. They're large evergreen trees. It's thick. It's incredibly thick. Except, what's the marching order? I should ask.
Nico
That
wants to go last.
I kind of want to go like behind. Well, Kazim is leading us because I don't know where we're going. Does anybody else know where we're going?
Kazim
I
knows.
mean, it's
Or how to
straight
get there.
shot, right?
This is the furthest I've ever been out of the forest.
For the
So-
most part, it's pretty much a straight shot there.
I think I'll be riding second, and
I'll go first. Fuck it. I'll go
And
first.
then I'll just be giving
I'll be
strict
right.
directions.
I'll ride
I'm exactly
next
sure,
to
but I'll go.
Nico.
So, Kazim's in front.
No, Mist is.
Okay,
Mistrix.
Mistrix, if you are out in front, will you please roll a perception check for me?
Alright. Perception.
Any chance I can give her the help action
How are you
You
gonna
don't
help?
have to. Remember, I'm better than you.
by also being perceptive?
Yeah, you can roll with advantage if you want to. There, Mistrix.
22.
Okay. So as you're going along the forest, you do notice off to the side that there is some white smoke pluming out, meaning a fire that's recently been put out. And you kind of glance over and you can swear that you see this kind of stone sculpture, kind of ruined and stuff like that. And around it, you see what looks to be the top of tents of some kind. And you can see over by one of the tents, kind of in between the tent and the forest, you see that there is a fire that you see one person kind of stamping out and putting out.
To me, does this person look ragged or dangerous, quote unquote?
With that, you'd probably be able to tell that this person is wearing a lot more swords than they're normally supposed to, which I would say is indicative of what you can assume is a bandit. Have stolen
I'm gonna be
some
like-
weaponry.
Hey, Silas. Sharp and pointies, many. And just point at the swords.
Kazim, you would also notice it since you gave the help action. You have also noticed that there is what looks to be some kind of bandit camp.
Roughly
Is-
how far away are they from us?
From the road of where you are, you'd say they're maybe about 50-ish feet. They haven't noticed you yet, but it's very possible that you're getting to that point where if you go any closer, they're probably going to notice you if you don't sneak. Try and sneak
we-
past.
Do either of you see a potential way around? We don't want to burn more daylight than we need to.
Can I roll to see if
Are we
there's a
sure there's
decent
a
path to get
bandit?
around?
What was that, Mistrix?
Can I like roll to see if I like see a way that's safe
You
yet?
can roll either perception or nature. No, survival.
Survival. Okay. It's not bad. It's a +3. Give me a second. 10?
It's kind of hard. It looks like there's a lot of foliage and stuff, so you can tell that it's without trying to be sneaky. You can assume that you could probably try and sneak around the side there and be sneaky if you tried really hard, but it's hard to find a really good path along the forest floor with all the broken twigs and fallen leaves and stuff like that.
I'm gonna tell him like not really a good path around, but we can either be sneaky or we can just run as fast as we fucking want through.
I mean, come on, like, it's not like every person we walk across is going to stab us, right? Like, maybe they're just adventurers or
I mean-
mercenaries or something. They don't need
You
to be
do-
bandits.
I
Palmer.
kind of want to like fuck with their brain.
Has my clan had run-ins with bandits in this area in the past?
With how far out, you do know the reason that you haven't gone much further than this before is because this was the beginning of bandit territory. You've heard of this is where caravans get hit a lot and stuff like that. So you would assume that there probably is bandits around here.
I'm gonna turn to Nico and sort of say it to the others can hear me as well. We're in the danger zone. this is where people start getting hurt. The
Do
guards
bandits
don't
act
go
like a
this far
flock?
out.
Huh?
Do bandits act as a flock? That's what she's gonna ask Silas. Just like out of nowhere. Do they act like a herd? Like if I scare one, will the others run away?
From my experience, they are more. The gold we carry is worth risking their lives for, more
Do
often
they
than
know?
not.
They don't know we're carrying any gold. I mean, just look at us. We don't necessarily look.
We are four
wealthy.
individuals
On
with
fancy
enough-
horses.
We are four individuals who are clearly wealthy enough to afford horses, afford these weapons, as well as an individual traveling with us who happens to be in quite aristocratic clothing.
These
Looking
are
at Kazim.
clerical robes. These are quite
To-
easy to spot.
To a bandit, you're wearing the robes of a king.
That's a good point. I'm gonna ready my crossbow. I think we should just sprint past, and if they try to cause problems, we either ignore them if we can, or turn around and kick some ass. I know we're on a time budget, but I mean, there's not much we can do if we're being followed by roguish assailants.
If we could make it to the pass, do you think that they would stop following us out of fear?
Do I get the impression that they would?
You've heard ghost stories where you're pretty sure that no one would probably go near there.
So what, we gotta ride for like 5 hours just to get safe?
You'd say from where you started to where you are now, you think it's probably about a 2-ish hour ride away. So you think you could probably go for another hour. They'd probably stop.
So are we running?
Let's test their endurance.
All right. So I'm gonna have to double check and make sure my instruments are secure to the horse.
All right, so you guys are gonna try and run.
Yep.
All right,
Okay.
let's do it.
So this is how this is going to work then. We're gonna go. Everyone, roll for initiative for me.
I'm using my no. Fuck this. I'm using my other dice.
Unnatural 20.
That didn't get. That's an 11, baby.
That's a natural 1 for a total of 3.
Ugh,
That's so
rolled an-
slow.
I got an 8.
why am I better at running away?
You're a cat.
Ah. But I have to turn around and come back for you guys. That's gonna suck.
Silas is the kind of person who would hunt a single animal for 3 days, very slow and methodical. He is not a speedy boy.
All right, so you guys are gonna begin running. I assume, are you guys going at full gallop?
Yep.
So that's about 100 feet per 6 seconds, I would say. So you guys all begin your running, and I'm gonna say after probably about 2 rounds, you're gonna make it past the bandit camp, in which you all will look over, and you notice that there's about 5 different bandits there, and one of the archers has noticed you, and it's gonna go for what is marching order? Are we going with
I'm first.
So if Mistrix is first, he's gonna aim for you and does a. Let me pull this up just to make sure. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
And you're going to. Ooh, fuck.
Let's do it. Fuck me up. Let's go.
You're gonna take 8 damage
Perfectly fine.
as one of the archers kind of hops up really quick and sees you kind of running away, and you see him starting to lead ahead of you with his bow, and he lets go, and it kind of comes straight and pins into your leg and hits your horse as well. So you're now pinned to your horse as you're running by. All the other people begin to start hopping on their horses and stuff and begin to give chase. So you guys are going to say that you're about 200 feet away. If you want to keep using the dash action, that's fine. You're going to keep going at 100 feet per second. They might not be able to catch up with you, or they might. You don't know. If you do use any kind of action, you're just going to go 50 feet. So we're going to start with Mistrix. What would you like to do?
This is gonna sound cruel, but And as a animal person, I'm gonna hate myself. I'm gonna dissonant whispers their horse.
Okay. What
And
kind
scare
of
the fuck out of their horse.
what kind of save does it need to do?
It is a wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. All right. Does a 12 save?
No.
Okay,
It's a 14.
So there's 5 behind you that are chasing after you. There are kind of 2 archers right here, and I don't have a map for this because I didn't expect you guys to run, but it'll be fine. You got 2 archers right here. You've got what looks to be kind of heavier knight off to the far right side of it. You've got this guy in the middle that seems to be a little bit more well armored and a little bit better equipped. You assume that he's probably the leader. And then you see in the back that there's another kind of rogue-like person. Which horse are you trying to dissonant whisper?
Probably like the second or third horse.
Okay, so
Like if they're coming toward us, probably like the third horse to try to spook the whole herd, freak the one out in the middle.
archer
And
or knight?
knight.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for damage against the horse.
All right. I'm so sorry, horse. 12. I actually killed the horse, probably. That'll still fuck up the herd, though.
So, you kind of turn around and all of you guys see Mistrix kind of hop up on her saddle as she kind of stands up behind you guys and holds out her arm, and you see her mouth kind of moving, but you're not hearing any words, and you kind of peek behind you, and the horse that you tried whispering, all of a sudden, you see its eyes just go black, and this ooze starts kind of coming out of its ear, and it starts veering off, refusing to go forward. You see the knight kind of going like, what the fuck? If you want, you can roll for intimidation to see if that scared everyone else.
Sure. Do that.
I'll give you advantage
can I-
because that dissonant whispers is terrifying.
It's psychological damage. Of course it's terrifying. Luckily, I only used level 1. 18?
18. So you do see that all the other horses kind of start veering off to go, but you see that the one in the middle, he doesn't seem quite as scared as he's kind of still rushing to get behind you guys.
One's
But
better than everybody.
all the other ones have decided to run off. as
One's
little
better
pansies.
than everybody. I'm so sorry to the horse. I'm so sorry. Oh,
Okay, so next we're gonna go with Nico. What are you gonna do? You see that there's one horse behind you guys that's still chasing after you. It seems to be a pretty well-armed dude.
Hmm. I mean, come on. We don't have to do this.
yeah, I've done a pretty damn good job.
Look, if he comes close by and attempts to swing at one of us, then I will Eldritch Blast him. Otherwise, I will hold my action.
So you're gonna hold your action. Okay.
Yes.
Kazim, are you gonna do anything?
The guy's wearing full armor.
Yeah.
Bonus action. It is. I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith as a bonus action
Okay.
on Silas.
Okay. And Silas, is that all you're gonna do, Kazim? Or you?
No, I'm also gonna take my action to attack the rider, not the horse.
Okay. How are you attacking them?
I'm going to shoot him
With your crossbow?
with my crossbow. Yes.
All right. Go ahead and roll for the attack. With disadvantage because you're on horseback.
Ooh, okay. That's a natural 19 and a natural 14. Does a 19 hit?
It sure does. Go and roll for damage.
Okay. And that's an 8 on the damage die. That is 11 damage, piercing.
So you see Kazim quickly pull out his crossbow as he's still riding behind you guys, and he very quickly just kind of aims and shoots. And that big guy that's on there in the full armor, you see that the crossbow bolt kind of goes back into his shoulder, and he kind of puts his arm down as he wasn't kind of prepared for you guys to fight back. You see him start kind of slowing down a little bit as he sees you guys kind of riding off. I think with, one of you terrifying the rest of his men off, and then the other one able to hit him while on horseback with a crossbow, I think you might have convinced him that this meal might not be worth it. And you guys are able to continue on. Unless, Silas, is there anything you want to do before we get out of combat here?
I'm riding as fast as I can. I want to see what this horse can do.
So you guys are all kind of hiding back while Silas fucking is bolting with a big old grin on his face. It looks like he's having fun. But you guys are able to escape the bandits easily enough. They don't seem to want to pursue anymore. And you guys are about, you'd say, maybe 10 minutes out of where you think the cave entrance is. When you guys left, it was about, you'd say, 9-ish, about when you left after getting ready and all that kind of stuff. So right now, about 5 hours, or about almost 6 hours later, it's about 4 in the afternoon. You guys are coming up across this kind of clearing, and Kazim, you're going based off of memory, really, and you start looking around, and if who's out in front again? Is it still Mistrix? Or actually, it's Silas now, isn't it?
Silas at this point, yeah.
Okay, if Silas, if you would make a perception check for me,
Can do.
and you can do it with advantage because I assume someone's gonna help you.
Sure.
All right. I was waiting for it, like, no one's volunteering. I'm in it alone.
Everyone's like, "Fuck you, ruin us."
That is a 13.
So you don't really see too much as Kazim is kind of pointing out directions in which you should go, and you come across this small path that's almost imperceptible, but with Kazim being able to point it out, you're kind of able to see it a little bit better. And you start walking past what looks to be this kind of... It's starting to turn into a hill and a mountain, and you look... It's if you didn't know it was there, you wouldn't have seen it before, but Kazim kind of slows his horse down, and as it's getting a little bit later, you look and you see that there is this rock wall face in front of you, and just kind of a small cave. It doesn't seem all that special or anything like that, but Kazim, you're pretty sure that this is the way that you're supposed to go to the underpass. With a perception check like yours, you don't really see all that much around it. You don't really notice anything. You do kind of notice these weird scratchings near the kind of entrance and stuff like that, but you can't really quite tell what they are really. Are you guys just gonna go walk into the cave?
I'm gonna turn around to Kazim and kind of go, is there anything we should do before we head in?
Can I look around? I want to look around. Like, just examine shit while
Anyone
they're
would
talking.
like to roll for perception?
Are we sure we can just ride on the horses there, or do we have to like walk next to them? Like,
17.
ooh.
I got a 21.
Blind as a bat.
Okay. Anyone under... so, Kazim, you're probably the only one that noticed that can really tell. Well, Mistrix, you might be able to tell. All of you could easily tell that the cave is wide enough and tall enough that you could probably walk in riding on your horse. You're probably not comfortable doing it at a full gallop, but it'd probably be a little bit faster while riding your horse. You're not too worried about that. It seems rather wide. You guys... Kazim, you notice that there are... will be like wheel tracks from perhaps a cart and stuff, but you notice that there's only one pair, so either something went in and didn't come out, or something came out and never came back. You're not too sure, but you can tell that there's wheel marks going in, and after closer kind of seeing, notice the scratches that Silas was pointing out, but you notice that they almost seem like letters, but you can't really, they're not really letters you recognize, actually, do any of you speak Abyssal by chance?
No.
None of you have any idea what it says. They look almost like runes, maybe, but yeah, other than that, it looks like a pretty basic ass cave entrance.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it like actually a cave, or is it like a tunnel for like a train cave?
not really a tunnel for a train. It looks like it's a man-made cave. It looks like an entrance to like a very cheap mine, not very well professionally. Looks like maybe you could tell based on the rubble that they came out this way, like it was broken from the inside out. So that's based on Kazim also explaining to you that they were tunneling and this is where one of them ended. But some things started moving in and stuff like that. So there were stories of that. But
So, Mistrix is gonna like kind of like look at everybody and be like, "Wait a second, before we go in here, this is a cave, as you all can see. It's gonna get dark as fuck. I'm a cat. I can see in the dark. Can you guys see, or do we need lanterns?
I light my torch.
I do have a lantern. I'm pretty sure on me, if that's a little easier,
I
because I can like
Fine.
tie the lantern to the horse."
Oh wait, Nico. He kind of just. What do we actually want to announce our presence there, or would it be wiser to actually travel in the dark?
I
But
feel like if there's anything living in the cave, it can see us,
yeah,
so we might as well see it regardless.
Yeah,
suppose.
I have dark vision, but obviously, if somebody needs light, then yeah, we can provide it.
I do not have dark vision.
I do.
In that case, I walk up to Kazim and would you be so kind and give me something of yours? Anything,
What?
like a coin or anything. Just give me something.
Okay.
You know what? I'll pluck a feather off of you.
Ow!
I would like to cast my cantrip light on it, and it's going to be shedding light from now on. And let's see, it's going
Does
to
a
be bright
tiny light?
light in
Okay.
20 feet radius and a dim light for additional 20 feet. So like, you're
Pin
gonna
it to your
have
cloak.
a feather-shaped lamp.
I assume with my disguise kit,
Thank
I have
you.
a pin, so I'm just gonna take this pin and be like, "Pin it to your cloak."
Sure. I have
Mm-hmm.
like necklaces and rings you could have put that on. You didn't have to immediately pluck a feather.
And this was supposed to be a 2-day trip, right?
All right, let's go. Well, let's make it less than a. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I will go first.
I don't make it
Because
out.
cat.
I'll make sure to come back for you.
Nico, you're gonna make it out.
Yeah, I'm not betting my chances like that. And I'll go back to my horse.
Okay. So you guys are walking in,
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
let's-
riding.
right?
I'll take the horse as far as the horse will go.
So you guys are able to make it through the cave. You know it's going to take you another couple hours, and you're pretty sure that probably in a couple hours you might want to bed down. But if anyone would like to, please roll a d20.
I'll do
I
it.
got. Oh, never mind.
They don't let the bird.
That's a 7.
Oh my god, I am rolling from now on. Jesus.
Someone.
Look, lucky
What?
number
Who's
7.
in front? Mistrix is
Me.
in front.
I think Trix is, and I'm second.
Me.
All right.
I have
Please
last.
roll
I'll go
for
through.
perception.
Perception. 18, 19, 20, 22. 22!
You guys are going down, and you have the light, don't you?
The bird has the light. I have dark vision.
Okay, so with your dark vision, you're kind of walking down, and you start. You've been going down for a couple hours. You're not quite going as slow as possible, but you're definitely not galloping. More of a trot, but you're making pretty good pace. And as you keep hearing the footsteps and the echo of your horses as you're going down, and you hear this kind of shifting. It sounds like almost like rocks moving, grating against the ground or on the walls or something like that. You're not very familiar with it. You don't see anything yet, but you definitely hear it.
And Silas, you said you were behind me?
Yep.
Is there enough room for us to be side by side? Almost.
Yeah, easily.
I'm gonna slow down a little bit and kind of just enough for him to hear me be like, there's something moving around that's I don't think is us, but I'm not quite sure what it is right now. So just be alert.
I will be actively searching for the source of this noise.
Okay. 1 second. I gotta make sure.
But I'm trying to do it in a way that's not like, hey, whatever this noise is out there, I know about you.
So you guys are you guys gonna keep walking?
Yeah, I'll get back
Yeah.
in front and keep going a little bit
So-
ahead of him
Yeah.
in case something happens.
Are you guys you're just plain and normal, right?
Well, I'm being a little cautious. I'm sort of, now that I've been taught, like, I'm sort of going, right, I'm a hunter. This is what I do. I'm looking for any evidence of being followed, being tracked, of prints, anything like that.
So
Can I?
Can you what?
I don't know if it won't help me. It won't. I don't think it'll help me.
What's
Hold
that?
on. No, it won't help me. Okay.
Okay.
Never mind. Actually, no, it's not. Okay, I'm gonna put Blade Ward on my horse.
Okay, what does that do?
A trace of sigil actually would technically be me and my horse. It's one round of an action. Actually, no, it can only be combat. Never mind. Don't worry.
Okay. So you guys are walking down and you still hear this scraping sound of two rocks kind of scraping against each other. You guys are all looking around, and it's not until Kazim starts getting a little bit closer that it kind of comes into light that you see. How far does your dark vision go there, Mistrix?
60 feet.
Just on the cusp of where it starts going pitch black, you see. You thought you saw something move, but you don't see it anymore. And then you see another one kind of move. It's not moving anymore. It's odd. And you stop
I'm
hearing.
gonna,
You guys
like-
all stop hearing the sound.
I'm gonna Silas being close to her, you could probably see that like her fur will bristle out of like the. I saw something,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know where it went.
Mm.
I'm fucking scanning every inch of this cavern.
If anyone would like to make a perception check, please do so
I
now.
will totally.
Fucking
Any chance I
Absolutely.
can make an investigation check?
Yeah, you can make investigation actually, because you're looking a little bit closer. So if you want to change that to investigation, you guys are welcome to.
That's a nat 20.
Natural
I'll send,
20.
I'll send a photo if needed. That's a nat
Nope.
20.
So, Silas, what-
24.
goddamn.
Unnatural.
So Silas, Mistrix, you will both notice this. Are you guys doing one too, or are you just gonna listen? Nico, Kazim.
Oh, I got
Yeah,
a 7.
I am blind as a bat with
Okay.
a total of 7.
So, Silas and Mistrix, you both notice on the ceiling there. You saw him as you began creeping more and more into this cave. That obviously there's going to be stalactites and stalagmites, but you see underneath one of them, both of you swear that you see this kind of weird, something weird slithering underneath one.
With the fact that I did with investigation A27, would I have any hint of like what it looked like per se?
It just looked like this thin, kind of almost like a snake slithering underneath one of the stalagmites.
Hey, Kazim,
Mm-hmm.
do caves have snakes that can play on the ceiling?
What the fuck did you just say?
She's literally going to be watching
play on the
like
ceiling.
watching around her, just like a cat that's kind of like fascinated.
I'd like to try something. I'd like
Yeah.
to take one of my ration packs, which I imagine for Silas is a lot of raw meat that he plans to cook later,
Okay.
and I'd like to just toss
Chuck
it to the
pizza.
side of the path and see if anything takes it.
Which direction? So, let's say that you guys are in this tunnel, right?
Yeah.
And where you saw the snake thing was about 55 to 60 feet in front of you. How far are you trying to get it? How close to that are you trying to get?
I'm trying to throw it close enough so that maybe it would catch the scent, but not close enough to sort of make it feel like it's being attacked. So I'd say maybe like 30, try and throw it like 30 feet in front of me.
Roll for dex.
Nice.
Be dexterous.
16.
So you managed to get it pretty far out there. You'd say it's about 40 feet out, and you guys are sitting there for a little while, and you don't see anything really just yet. You're kind of sitting there watching this food pretty intensely, and then immediately you see you're all standing still, and you see one of those, that snake thing, shoot out, grab the ration, and pull it back underneath the stalagmite.
From in front of us, or
It's in front of you.
that? She's just gonna point and be like, that Kazim the snake.
It's Kazim. You don't have dark vision, do you?
Nope.
So you just saw maybe the edge of where the meat was, and then it was gone.
Here's what I want to do. I want to take the feather. Is there any other lights on us at the moment?
Not at the
You can-
moment.
No.
We're not in combat though, so you can ask us to light something.
Can
I
I
have a
get
candle.
one of you? Can I get one of you? I also have a candle. Can I get one of you guys to like lantern, torch, or something? Something that we can see better than just this feather.
How far does a torch see? I don't have a torch, so
Pretty
Or,
sure a torch, I think, lights up to 60 feet dim light. I'm pretty sure.
No, the torch is the same as the light
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
okay. So, oh my god, where's the lantern?
Cool. As long as the lantern's up, I want to tie or attach this feather to one of my crossbow bolts.
Okay.
And fire it into the darkness so that I can see.
How are you trying to aim for a certain place, or are you just going straight ahead?
Right where the meat was.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for an attack. Let's see how close you can get to the spot.
6. No, that's a 9. 9 plus 8. 9 plus 5 is 14.
Okay, you're able to get it. It's not quite as far, but you are able to get it about 30 feet in front of you and get it to stick to the ground. And you see a couple of stalagmites, but you don't see anything that they're talking about. You're maybe 10 feet away where the meat was, but you don't quite see anything just yet, because whatever that was that you saw, Mistrix and Silas, it hasn't come back out. You guys don't see anything.
I vote we
take our
kinda-
chance?
I vote we kind of go like quietly, because if it took the meat, maybe it's eating and it's distracted.
Let Kazim will I go first.
I have a lantern.
The one who can't
Let me
see.
go first? The blind one?
Oh,
You want
shit.
me to give him the
Silas,
lantern?
Silas will slowly take him and his horse and walk forward through the cave.
I'm gonna give Kazim the lantern, like put it like on the like horn of the horse's saddle.
Are you guys trying to be sneaky at all, or you're just kind of just going slowly?
I am.
You're going
I'm
sneaky?
trying to be as quiet. Well, I'd say quiet is the better word, but sure.
I'm
Roll for
gonna kind
stealth.
of let him. Yeah, I'm gonna let him go first, and then if he makes it, I'll go.
19?
Okay. So you see Silas kind of slowly going. He gets off of his horse and he has the reins kind of in his hand so he can kind of go slower and keep it calm. And you guys are walking very slowly, very calmly. Nothing seems to be quite happening. Mistrix, you're seeing him walk by. Everything seems to be going just fine. And how far are you going?
Probably about 60 feet so that I'm on the edge of Mistrix's vision.
So
Okay.
he'll be just out of
Yeah, I'm like right
just
on that
out of
sort of
bright
radius,
light.
Yeah.
Yeah, just out of bright light. He'll be in dim light.
Okay, so you guys, you see him kind of going past where that tentacle thing was, and Silas, I assume you've got your eye on it as you're walking by, and you don't really
Yeah.
see much happening as you are able to walk by pretty easily. Who wants to go next?
Kazim, do
I
you want to go
will.
next, or as I said, do you want to go, or
Yeah.
do you want me to go? I will wait then. That way, both of you can pass, and then I'll go.
Okay,
I'll go.
Silas, go ahead and not Silas. Kazim, go ahead and roll for stealth.
Mm-hmm. You think as a rogue I'd be good at this?
You also
As a
have the
s-
lantern. Do you make the choice to turn the lantern out and walk, or no?
I have to see if I feel like
You still have your feather.
All right,
I
Roll.
fired the feather.
Okay.
I got a 16.
16. Okay, so he is again. He gets off and he's slowly kind of walking up, and you see kind of what everyone's been pointing out, but you're not quite sure what it is as you walk by and you start out of the darkness with the light. You're able to see Silas start kind of coming into view as you're walking up near him as well, and you make it through. You're fine. Who's next?
All right, Nico, you're up.
I don't like this.
I'm gonna get my loot down just in case. That way, if something
Mhm.
happens, I can make a big noise.
Okay.
Okay, that's a
Roll for stealth.
Backup plan.
Is Mr. X going first, or is Nico going
No,
first?
You're-
you'll go.
you're-
You'll go
going
first.
I'm going 18 total.
Okay. All right. You guys
Okay.
are hopping off
Comes
and
down to me.
very slowly creeping by and
All right.
able to sneak on past. You meet up with the other three.
I'll actually,
Yep.
one thing. If Nico notices a tentacle getting anywhere close by, like within 20-ish feet of either him or so, I would like to cast something.
Okay. You can go ahead and hold that as you meet up with
Yeah.
your other group. Everything you managed to sneak by where you saw it, and yeah. So, Mistrix, roll for stealth.
Okay. So, first things first, I will tell you, I'm gonna like drape my costumes over the instruments so they don't make any additional noise on this
Okay.
horse's ass
Okay.
because I know that's coming and I don't want that.
Okay.
All right. Why am I nervous? Why am I nervous of all people? Fucking. Okay. Wish me luck, guys.
You got this.
Do I though? Hold on. I'm 15. Oh, that's not
Okay.
terrible. It's not the
Okay.
best. Maybe I'm a little distracted because I want to know what it is, and exotic things fascinate me.
So you get off of your horse and you grab your reins as normal, and you do put your cloak over the instruments to kind of think through that, and you're able to sneak up pretty slowly and quietly, and you guys kind of don't really hear anything going on until Mistrix accidentally trips over the bolt that's in the ground. It makes a little bit of sound, and
Oh, hey, we never talked about that arrow that was the arrow that was in my leg, by the way.
we'll say that you were able to bandage it up and
I
take it
would have
out.
assumed,
I was
like,
like,
in the
fuck,
2 hours
fuck.
between that being shot and us getting
Yes,
here, you
but
would
I'm
have
still
done something
injured.
about it.
Does-
I
I'm
know,
also
but...
still injured.
Does a 14 hit you?
Just.
Oh.
Like it meets. We are met.
Okay, so go ahead and make a strength saving throw for me.
Okay. Natural 20.
So you trip over and you look up, and Silas and Kazim and Nico, you guys would all notice this, that all of a sudden that a stalactite would kind of move up a little bit and a tentacle would come down and immediately try and wrap its leg around Mistrix's leg, but Mistrix is quick enough to be able to pull it out and be able to run towards you guys. And you now start seeing 2 or 3 more tendrils start coming out from underneath this stalactite as it starts kind of slowly creeping towards you guys, with a large mouth at the bottom and hundreds of teeth sitting in a singular eye kind of opening up on the top of it, red
It's
and kind of pulsing.
It's like a cave kraken. Okay.
And I think we're gonna take a break there.
All right. All right. Let's go.
Monster.
Let's go.
Hey.
All right,
So-
guys.
You guys have just discovered this weird rock type thing hanging from the ceiling, and it just
Cave
tried to attack.
kraken.
It's tried to attack Mistrix, but she was able to dodge out of the way. And I assume, Mistrix, are you going to keep moving towards your friends?
I'm gonna fucking dissonant whispers this bitch.
Okay. And it has to make a wisdom saving throw?
Yes,
Are
sir.
we on the map you're supposed to be, or is
So-
there no combat yet?
I don't have a map for this specific part,
Mm.
fortunately.
It's okay.
Theater of the mind.
Gonna try
Yeah.
to scare it.
This one's going to be
try
Theater
scare
of
it
the
away.
Mind. Where the hell did it go? There it is. Nope.
Does it have wisdom?
It does.
Also, I will let you know, if it is deaf, it automatically succeeds the throw, but it still gets the repercussions.
Ooh. Does a 7 succeed?
Hell no.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for the damage on that.
Alright. We're gonna go with the big one. We're gonna see if we can knock this fucker out. $19. I had to add.
Okay,
I only have
so
one. I only have 1d6.
you look up and you see this thing begin to kind of ooze out. Its eye goes completely black as it starts kind of crying this weird necrotic ooze coming out from it, and it immediately starts kind of what? So, because you're still where the arrow is, it has to use all of its movement to get away from you. And Nico, Kazim, and Silas see that this roper is now starting to crawl slowly, very slowly, toward closer to you guys. It doesn't get very far, but it uses its movement to get closer to you guys. So, with that, I think it's time we start roll for initiative, please.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh, it rolled off the computer. 19.
What is my character sheet there? It is
It's a 15.
21 total.
I got an 11.
Out of game, I'm waiting for this set of dice to say fuck me and just start rolling shit because it's been really nice to me so far and I'm not okay with it.
Okay, so will Nico, you get to go first. What do you want to do?
Yes. I mean, maybe it's just hungry, right? That he's gonna take one of his rations and throw them towards the. Actually, how far away is it? How far away
now
is it
it's
from?
probably about 30-ish feet on the ceiling away from you guys.
Okay, on the ceiling.
Hmm.
Huh. Okay, cool. Oh, we wanna fight this? I mean, you already started attacking it. Oh.
Myself. Thank you. Defend.
Cool. You know what? Sure. Yeah. Fine. Eldritch Blast this. This bitch.
Okay, go ahead and roll
Yes,
for the
why
attack.
not? Ooh. Does a 14 hit?
So you go to cast your Eldritch Blast at it, and you don't see it quite well enough, and you kind of hit off to the side of it, and it lights up, and you see this kind of 5 different tendrils kind of coming out from underneath this thing as it's kind of like screeching towards you guys. So it's gonna go next, and because it just saw you shoot at it, does a what is that? Does a 16 hit?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, go ahead and roll a strength
come
saving
and
throw.
Pick me up. Come and pick me up. I know you. Strength saving throw.
Yeah.
That is a 15 minus 1, a 14 total.
So one of the tendrils all of a sudden shoots out and starts kind of wrapping its tendril around the base of your legs, and you are now grappled. And then it's going to start kind of reeling it to itself, and you start feeling it pulling you up towards this thing, and you're right in front of it, and you see this eye kind of staring at you as its mouth kind of opens up and goes in for a bite. Oh, okay. Does a 7 hit you? No, 8. So it tries to chomp on your foot, but you're able to kind of squirm out of the way. And you guys are all looking as Nico's now dangling upside down right next to this thing's face.
Screaming like, Kazim, I'll fucking kill you.
Not everything is Kazim's fault. Most
Mistrix.
things are. This
Tunnel is Kazim's fault. I don't give a crap.
Mistrix, you're up next.
Right, so we have someone dangling from the ceiling.
Yes.
Do I know what I can do to save you? First things first. I love you to death, Nico, but you're in the air and I am 4 foot tall. And there's not really much I can do to get you down. I'm gonna get myself and this horse to the other side instead of being on opposite sides in case it falls.
Okay.
So that's my movement action. I don't really know what I can do to help you. Jesus Christ. How far up is the ceiling?
You'd say it's probably a good 15-foot ceiling.
Trying to see. So, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, the spell that I'm wanting to cast, Unseen Servant, you know what it is, doesn't say that it has to be placed on the ground.
Was it specifically, how is it worded?
The spell creates an invisible, mindless, shapeless medium force that performs simple tasks as you command until the spell ends. The servant springs into existence in an unoccupied space within range.
Okay, yeah. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to put... It's a magical thing. It's not like it's actually affected by gravity. It's more of a projection of something.
Yeah. So, I mean, could I possibly... what would I do with it? What would you do? It has to be a simple task. Actually, I'm gonna set it where, like, I left. And I'm gonna have it, like, it can pick things up. So I'm gonna have it, like, throw a fucking rock at the creature to kind of distract it.
Okay, you can throw a dex save, but it's not... I don't think it's gonna have any bonuses because it doesn't have, like, a skill block, really, for this Unseen Servant.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and roll a straight d20 for me.
13.
So your Unseen Servant kind of picks up a rock, and it doesn't quite get it high enough and just kind of arcs straight down. Didn't seem to have quite enough power behind it, and doesn't really seem all that effective.
I tried, Nico.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Not really anything that I can do. So
All right.
we're just gonna be happy that we're on the other side.
Silas, what do you want to do?
I am gonna. How high is the cavern?
About 15 feet. 15, 20 feet.
Okay, so yeah, no, I'm not gonna be able to. Oh no, I should be able to. Actually, my glaive's got 10-foot reach. So yeah, I'm gonna go stab it with a glaive. I'm not gonna rage because I could very well hit Nico.
Well, plus I also this is probably one of those things where I feel like Silas would be kind of laughing at Nico as he's swinging his glaive like a pinata.
I wouldn't necessarily go laugh. Maybe when it's over, but right now Nico is still very much in potential danger. So
Go ahead and roll for the attack.
Alrighty. Oh, that's a 13. That's not gonna do anything.
Yeah, you guys all kind of see Silas kind of underneath it with his glaive, like, God damn it! Come here! Just kind of can't seem to get a hit on it.
Pinata.
Anything else you'd like to do, Silas?
Kazim, you may be the only savior here.
That is depressing.
You can fly. What do you want from us? We can't.
There's nothing else I can do. No. Yeah, that's the end of my turn. There's nothing really I can do.
Okay, so Kazim, what do you want to do?
Do I get? It's so it's a big monster.
Yeah, it's a big a big rock-like monster. It looks like a stalactite that is now dangling Nico upside down in front of it. And you see Silas underneath it, kind of swinging wildly.
Okay. Is this a bonus action? No, this is a full action. Is Nico within 30 feet of me?
Yeah, I'd say so. About 25 feet away from you.
Okay. I'm going to cast Bless And I'm gonna give everybody but myself bless, essentially. Whenever the target makes an attack roll, saving throw, or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack or saving throw.
And how long does this last?
Concentration up to 1 minute.
Okay, so
Nice.
everyone gets concentration, or gets blessed then.
And that's my full action to do that. However, I know I have a bonus action. Can I cast another spell?
Was that a spell or a cantrip you just casted?
Bless is a spell.
So you can't cast 2 spells in the same turn unless you're a warcaster.
Okay, then I am going to... I'm going to use my Channel Divinity to give myself 1 more spell slot.
Okay. Easy enough. So you see around all of you is this kind of golden glow that kind of starts coming over you as Kazim casts his bless spell, and you see him kind of, after that spell ends, grip what looks to be the small orb of light, and he puts it into himself, and it begins to flow all over him. And Nico, what are you doing? Except upside down, kind of going back and forth, staring at this thing's face.
Mm-hmm. Since it's already kind of holding onto me, you know what? Oh, Nico is scared shitless right now. This is not a good time. He doesn't like this. I would like to cast, I mean, I gotta try, I suppose. Sure. Arms of Hadar. I mean, it's fucking close to him, as it is.
Okay.
Can be worse. It's a strength saving throw of 15.
Okay. So that's a 10. So what happens?
Ooh, so he will take 2d6 necrotic damage, and he cannot take reactions until its next turn.
Okay.
Let's see, that's oh, that's bad. Let's see, that's 1. That is a 5. There'll be 5 necrotic, 2 thunder, and he can take reactions.
Okay, so 7 total.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there anything else?
For a bonus action, I'll flip it off.
so you guys kind of see Nico kind of bringing his arms up as he's trying to casting this weird black smoke coming from his hands, and you see these kind of tentacles coming around and lashing out at this thing that's in front of him. And you see it kind of take a little bit of damage, and then when it doesn't really do anything, you just kind of see Nico going back and forth, just kind of...
Yes.
Jeez.
So it's the Roper next, so...
I'm about to get even.
Mistrix, does a 16 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for a strength saving throw for me.
Don't forget your bless. You can add a d4 to this.
If it goes badly, I will.
You just get to keep doing
Yeah,
it. It's not a
you can do
one-time
it.
use.
Yeah, you can do it as
Oh.
many times as you want, as long as he's concentrating.
Okay. 17. 19?
Okay, so this tendril starts trying to lunge back out at you and kind of go for your arm this time, but you're able to kind of back out off to the side. Right, it begins to twist around, but you're able to pull your arm out of it, and it starts reeling its tendril back up. And then Silas
Alrighty.
does a... Oh, hold on. It's still its turn. It gets a multi-attack.
Yeah.
Does a 12 hit you?
Nah.
Okay. And then it's going to try and bite Nico. And does a 16 hit Nico?
Yes, it does.
Uh-oh.
I don't like that. That face expression is not nice looking.
will you take 20 points of piercing damage?
Oh.
So,
Was that a?
That
No, I guess
wasn't.
it wasn't.
That was not a crit.
I am currently on. Actually, no, I'm not gonna even say that.
Is it safe to say you're pretty bloodied?
I'm so bloody that I can't even see through the blood.
Jesus.
You're still conscious though, right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, we got this.
It's,
Okay.
it's gonna slowly start trying to go back down the way you guys came by like 10 feet. So
Still holding on to
It's
Nico.
slow as
yeah,
hell.
Nico's still got it. So Nico's just dangling there, and you see it pulling its tendril closer to its mouth and it's biting down on your legs. And you feel this kind of grinding feeling as it's almost sawing off your legs, and it's you see the blood dripping from underneath, dripping onto the ground. Silas, you get a little bit on your arm because it's so horrific.
So
And
it's starting to move down the cave. Would that give me opportunity attack since I did run up to try and get it and I've got 10-foot reach?
I guess it would be because you've got long enough reach. You can take an opportunity attack on it.
Okay.
Add a D4 to the attack roll.
Yep,
Stab it with your
yep.
steely knife.
Alright. That is a... Do the math, dude. That's a 25.
Okay, you hit. Go ahead and do some damage.
Nice, nice. So that is a 7 slashing, and I'm gonna use a charge to add 3 fire.
You're not raging.
Oh shit! Yeah, never mind. Yeah, in which case 7 slashing.
Okay, so you see it start kind of going back, and immediately Silas kind of jumps up with his glaive and tries to stab it, and you see it kind of get it and chip off a little piece of the rock as it falls to the ground, and you see it kind of flinch a little bit, but it doesn't seem all that too phased by it. So next up is Mistrix. What do you want to do?
Hold on, I have an idea. I have to see if it will work though. Okay. So, I want to use my feline agility,
Okay.
which basically, when you move on your turn in combat, you can double your speed until the end of your turn.
Okay.
How far away from me is this thing?
So you went over by where Kazim is, right?
Yeah, kind of in between Kazim and Silas.
So with it moving away from you, it's now about 35 feet away.
Okay. I know as a cat, I can technically climb walls. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's what it said. Features and traits.
You have a climb speed?
That's a good question. I forgot where to look at that at. Why is my computer being so slow when it comes to this stuff? Wait.
You have a climbing speed equal to your walking speed.
Yes, because I am cat. So, with the feline agility, I'm going to do my fucking best to, like, scale this wall and then, like, jump slash and try to, like, cut the tentacle that's holding Nico.
Okay, go ahead and roll for an attack.
Do you want me to use cat claws on that one or no?
Because that's pretty... You can use whatever weapon you want to, really, because you're able to just kind of climb. So if you want to use your rapier or something, or you want to use your claws, whatever you want to use.
Don't forget to add a D4.
The D4 to the actual attack roll?
Yeah, to the actual
To the attack roll, not to the damage.
So, we're gonna go... Fuck it, we're gonna go rapier.
Okay.
Why not? D4. Jesus Christ. It's a 17 on the attack roll.
Total?
Wait, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. 22, because I forgot to add the +5.
Roll
Forget.
for damage.
Ooh. Ooh. All right, where is that one? 9 to like slice it.
Okay, so Kazim right next to
can-
you. What was that?
Can we use the charge on that
Yeah,
to
if you
do
want to.
lightning damage?
Yeah. So go ahead and
Fuck
add
it.
your d6.
5.
Okay, so Kazim, you see that Mistrix kind of gets down on all fours and starts kind of running, and you see her climbing up on the wall and jump off, and ever so flourishy with how much extra oomph she has to put into everything, kind of flip over with her rapier and stab through the tentacle, and you see her kind of turn her wrist a little bit, and all of a sudden this beautiful green, like I would say green because of your eye, green lightning kind of shocks all the way through this thing, and Nico begins to fall to the ground. Nico, you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage from falling.
I'm
I
out.
figured.
No! One hit point.
Look,
I had one
All right,
hit point.
hold on.
okay. It's okay.
If you actually that you used all your movement and action, so yeah, she would fall. You wouldn't have had a chance to
Yeah.
try and catch him. So
No,
he's unconscious as
I tried. I'm sorry. I had to
Mistrix
get
is able to
Okay.
pierce the tentacle, and you see this kind of thing start kind of crawling back a little bit as Nico falls to the ground and is unconscious.
Unconscious. Maybe it's a concussion. It's okay.
So next up is Silas. You just saw Nico fall to the ground unconscious, but Mistrix ever so beautifully landing on her feet onto the ground.
I'm literally gonna be like, I saved our friend.
Yeah, medicine check.
Medicine check?
That's my priority right now.
He's still here, right? The
Yeah, it's still
the
there.
monster?
It's
Yeah.
it's directly above you guys.
Silas is more worried about Nico right now. Like killing
Okay.
this thing isn't priority.
I can
Like, we're on the
help
defense.
Nico if you can fend this thing off for a second.
It's not
I
much.
He's already
I
there
can-
though.
I can
Yeah.
give Nico a full cure wounds in a second.
The thing is, Silas isn't like this thing attacked us. We're on the defense. Like
Yeah.
killing it is not the priority. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like the doppelganger
got a
where
point.
we want it dead.
Alright, what does Silas do?
He got a 14 on the medicine.
Okay, so we'll say that's a success. You're able to kind of patch up one of the small kind of cuts he's got on his legs, and that would count as a success for Nico's death saves.
Yeah.
Which I have a question since it's a success.
Yes.
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 Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Silas, do you want to do anything else?
Um.
I count checks like that, by the way. A lot of the time I'll do bonus actions, but because it's a medicine, it's a little bit more involved. That is going to be your action.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah. No. I'm just gonna stay by Nico.
Okay.
Sort of protect them.
Kazim.
Okay.
Do you want to heal the unconscious?
I can. How far away is Nico from me?
About 30-ish feet from you.
30 feet?
Yeah.
I'm, as a bonus action, gonna cast Healing Word.
Okay.
Uh,
Go ahead and
Nico's gonna
roll.
regain 8 hit points.
All right.
No longer unconscious, I assume.
Yep, Nico just kind of opens his eyes really quick and goes, "Oh, you're so stiff. You're so
And then I'm
sore."
gonna use my crossbow to shoot the monster.
Okay, go ahead and roll for the attack.
Are they within 5 feet of the monster?
No, they're within about 10. It's a little too high up.
In 9, not gonna hit.
Yeah, you kind of shoot off a little too far onto the side and don't manage to hit it.
And I think I'm just gonna back up, I guess, as far as I
Okay.
can.
Yeah,
30
let's
feet?
just get the fuck out of here. It's behind us now.
Or 25 feet, rather.
All right, Nico, what do you want to do? You just woke up
My turn.
sore as hell. You were upside down. You got bitten on. You fell. Everything went black.
You probably saw me sail over your
Yeah,
head and then just
You see this beautiful cat cut the tendril and then black. Nothing. What do you do?
What do I see? What do you see around me?
Around you, you see
I-
Silas trying to help patch up one of your legs as it's still bleeding. You see kind of Kazim behind you kind of backing up a little bit as he's heading towards wherever you guys were going. And you see Mistrix kind of right there, so proud of like, look, I saved.
and I have a shiny sword.
Oh. I don't like this at all. Okay. Cool. Oh, that thing got me pissed. You know what? Sure. Nico, he's going to like just raise up like one of his hands, and he's going like look up into the fucking ceiling, go like, you fucking bitch, and I'll cast Witch Bolt at second level.
Interesting.
At it.
Okay.
Whoa.
How does Witch Bolt work?
A beam of crackling blue energy lances out towards a creature within range, forming a sustained arc of lightning between you and the target. Make a ranged spell attack against the creature. On a hit, the target takes 1d12, but since it's second level, it's 2d12. And on each of my turns for the duration, I can use my action to deal additional continuous 2d12.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. And that's a natural 20.
Damn. All right, go ahead and roll
Does
for
that
damage.
crit?
That is a crit. Anything with a attack roll, if it's a natural 20, is a crit, including spells.
Everything is doubled.
Everything's doubled.
Kill it. Set it on fire.
That's. I need a. I can barely see fucking numbers on my dice. They're so dark. That's 4. That's 7. That's 11. 11 plus 6. That's 17. 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, 25. 26, 27 points of damage total.
Jesus.
Lightning. Four of those damage is thunder. Otherwise, it's lightning. And there's like just like an arc of lightning, like binding Nico to the roper.
So, what you guys see, Mistrix and Silas, you see as Nico kind of wakes up, look up at this thing with just so much rage behind it, and you see him just kind of raise up his hand, and you see this just beautiful sapphire blue lightning bolt shoot out and it seems to almost latch onto this this thing on the ceiling, and you see that it's still extended this whole time. You see it taking all kinds of crazy damage. You see that rocks are beginning to fall off of this thing, and you see that it's still extended, but you can see the jittering electricity kind of coming off of it as Nico's just kind of holding it there, glaring at this thing. That was impressive, I will say.
Thank you.
So,
Uh,
is there anything else you're gonna do for this turn?
yeah, actually.
All right.
For bonus action. To make it, I don't know. You know, for bonus action, I'm going to use my racial feature.
Okay.
Let's see. As Nico is staring up into the fucking creature, like his eyes like briefly like become like just pools of like dark, like almost like fucking two just glaring holes, and like ghostly like flightless wing just like sprout from his back, like and he just stares at it, and it has to now. Let's see. It will have to make a charisma saving throw or become frightened of me.
What have we unleashed?
That is a 3.
Does not make it.
Super
So-
charismatic.
It is going to be terrified of me, and on each one of my turns, I can deal 2 extra necrotic damage whenever I deal damage to it.
Okay.
So for any other additional lightning bolts in the future, it will be additional damage on that.
Okay.
All right.
What the fuck have we just unleashed upon the world?
Yeah, you guys have just seen Nico kind of wake up, but almost turn drastically into this dark figure before you, the ghostly wings kind of coming out. You didn't realize that someone this shy could have so much power, and it is terrifying to you. I need Silas and Mistrix, you both need to make charisma saving throws as well.
Oh no.
Because
I'm
you're
a
that
bard.
close.
D4.
Wish me
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
best. I got a nat 20. I don't know if I need that 4. Do I need the D4?
I got a 6.
So, Mistrix, you're sitting there in amazement and think it's super cool. Silas, you were terrified of Nico.
So the infatuation grows. All right.
He has this wicked smile on his face as he's staring down at the creature.
Okay.
Yesterday you were hugging a child, and I witnessed you like oh, what the fuck are you now?
All right. So it is now its turn, and okay. So I'm just gonna say no because there's no way that a 11 hits any of you, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So Mistrix, you see that this roper was trying to shoot a tendril out towards you, but it manages to shoot off to the side. It seems like it's a little scared of this thing appearing in front of it. It's kind of backing up a little bit. It's gonna try and go for Nico again, but it seems to almost kind of give up halfway through and recoil a little bit. So it's gonna go after Silas, and Silas does 18 hit you?
Oh, every day of the week.
Strength saving throw, please.
Give me a second. Is it the same one?
Different tendrils.
But since it's frightened, like if I'm in the line of sight of it has disadvantage on ability.
That's with
checks and
disadvantage
tackles
against
in
all of
general.
you. It got a natural 20 and an 11. So that's why an 18
that's
hit him.
Bad.
Yeah, I'm using the D4. Don't worry, Josh.
Strength saving throw.
Oh, that's Josh. You are a fucking legend. That is 13 plus 5 is 18 plus 4 is 22.
So you feel this thing kind of latch down and it starts wrapping around your wrist, but you're able to kind of grab it and rip it, and you were able to break this tendril off.
Fuck off.
So
Bitch, don't touch me.
next up is Mistrix. It's your turn.
It's already frightened.
Yes.
Do I want to add to that being frightened? You know what? No. You know what we're gonna do? Hold up a hot second.
Holding up.
So clearly, you can clearly tell this by the way she is like gawking at Nico right now. Infatuation is like 110% reinstated. Like, the exotic creature has now transformed into like the gothic butterfly. Holy shit. So, what we're gonna do is gently like reach out to touch him, and we're gonna cast heroism.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's see. Do we want to do level 2? Fuck it. We'll do level 2. We're infatuated. Let's go. Fuck this shit. All right.
Okay.
So you're gonna gain 3 temporary health points. By the way.
Ooh, nice.
Let me just make sure.
Maybe cast it. There we go. I can only touch you though. Well, can I touch Silas? Is he in the same little area?
I mean, I'm right next to.
What level did you cast it
It-
at?
If I cast it at level 2, it does 2 people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do both of you.
Yeah, they're both right there.
So you both get +3.
Yeah, you
There
can,
you
Nico.
go.
You can almost see hearts in Mistrix's eyes looking at you.
All right.
Silas, you're a bit weirded out of how infatuated Mistrix looks
No, yeah, what the
at this
fuck?
horrifying thing in front of you. Because you are terrified of Nico, and Mistrix had the way opposite
Oh, my.
effect.
Oh, fuck is
She
going
already
on?
look. This creature, Mistrix loves the exotic things. So, dark ASMR. That's exotic.
Okay.
And then now it's a butterfly.
All right. So I think next up is. Is there anything else you wanted to do, Mistrix?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, Silas,
I'm
you're
good.
up.
All right, I'm just gonna try and kill this thing as quickly as possible. Oh, wow, that's not good. That's a 12.
For the attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. So Silas is just kind of creeping away to the side while you two are staring at each other's eyes. And he's just going to take his glaive and go back to... God damn it!
Did you add a D4 to that?
Oh, I did.
Is
And
it-
I rolled the fucking 4. Like, I got a with my pluses, I got an 8.
All right. Next, is there anything else you wanted to do?
No, just fucking end this quickly.
All right, Kazim, you're up.
You said quickly, is the creature still there?
Yeah, it's still there. You see
Let's-
Silas kind of waving frantically underneath it, while Mistrix and Nico seem to be having a moment, I guess. While Nico has this
Oh.
lightning attached to this thing.
I have a question.
Yes.
Real quick before his turn. So heroism makes them immune to being frightened. Since would that
Oh, yeah,
counteract
that-
Silas already being
Oh.
frightened?
Yeah, Silas, you'd be alleviated of your frightened if that's the case.
Okay.
Then
I think
So you-
flavor-wise, he's still shit
he's
scared.
still just like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the?
Yeah.
He's incredibly confused. I think at this point he's more scared of Mistrix than he is of Nico because of your weird response to it.
It also says that they gain temporary hit points equal to my spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each of its turns.
It doesn't stack, so if they
doesn't
lose
stack.
those 3 at the beginning of your next turn,
Yep.
they get those 3 back.
Making sure. All right. You're no longer frightened of Nico. There you go.
Debatable.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Now you're frightened of the situation.
Kazim,
There's difference.
What would you like to do?
I would like to cast. Where is it? Guiding Bolt. The creature is within 120 feet of me, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I get a +5 to this. I don't get a D4. That's a nat 20.
Nat 20. All right, and this is with your crossbow, you said?
No, this is Guiding Bolt. It's a
Guiding
first level
bolt.
spell.
Okay. Go ahead and roll double everything.
It is now 8d6 damage.
Fucking
Fuck.
hell.
Wow.
I don't have
Guiding
enough
bolt
to-
is terrifying.
This might do it.
Okay.
Watch. The bird will roll a 1 for every single.
Damn it.
That's 8 damage?
I got a couple of ones, but ooh, that's a lot of 5. 20, 32 points of damage.
Woo! How do you want to do this?
Oh.
Blow it into chunks. Damn it.
Ooh. I'm going to reach out towards the creature, and from my palm, you just see a blinding white light pierce out like a bullet directly into the creature's mouth and explode from the inside.
Okay. So, Silas and Nico, you both notice this because you're looking at the creature. But Mistrix, you're looking towards Nico, so you are looking directly at Kazim as he kind of stands up and holds his palm out, and you see this weird, like, it seems like light particles are building in his hand, and it's getting brighter and brighter and brighter, and all of a sudden it just launches lightning fast through this thing. Nico and Silas, what you guys notice is all of a sudden there's just this very quick light into its mouth. And at first it doesn't seem to really do anything, but you start noticing brighter and brighter, and all the cracks in its skin starts to light up, and you hear this screech coming out of its mouth, and it just, boom, explodes into hundreds of little pebbles and stuff.
Wait. So it's raining, and I'm staring at my infatuated one.
Yes.
Ah. And so the unrequited love begins.
You're hearing this reunited and it feels so good.
He looks at you with the most
Wait,
creepy smile
no,
on face that you can imagine.
Bestie, do you believe in life after love?
As the sparks are coming down around you, fireworks in the sky. While you two are having your moments, Silas and Kazim, you also see that there are some what looks to be gems kind of falling from that thing on the inside. Perhaps there was some on the inside of it.
You know I'm picking those up. Wait, hold on. Before I touch them, because we've already had a problem with
This
this.
is gonna take us out of combat, by the way.
Can I do an investigation check to make sure that none of those gems are pink and glowing?
Yes. Go ahead.
Suspicious.
It's not rose quartz, it's just its
That's a
stomach.
15.
It's fine.
Yeah, you can tell none of them are pink. From what you can tell is that there is some rough cut gems. You can tell that there is one kind of uncut sapphire worth maybe about 50 gold, and then there's one large, what looks to be diamond uncut that you aren't quite sure how much it costs, but those are the two gems, the main gems that you see come out. You do see a bunch of little tiny, like, topaz and quartz and stuff, crystals all over the place, but those are the two big ones that you notice.
I'm picking them all up. Fuck you guys, we have no use for currency. Kazim does.
Unless Silas wants to pick them up first. He's
Silas
there,
is-
so if he wants to go for it, he can get it first.
I'll take a dash action. I'll go 100 feet flying.
Y'all can roll for dex if you want to fight over it.
I'm not. No. This is of no value to him.
Okay. So Kazim, you go ahead and add yourself one sapphire worth 50 gold pieces, and then one diamond that is indeterminate.
Uncut diamond and a sapphire worth 50 GP.
Yeah,
Do you want me to mark down anything else, or just those two?
just those two. Unless you want like a little small bag of gems, which is just a bunch of miscellaneous kind of gems. That the whole bag itself is maybe worth about 25 gold.
I feel like that could be a bartering chip later on.
Yeah,
I
go
might
ahead.
just grab.
Go for it.
You know what? As all those gems are like, sprawling all around, Nico will he'll reach for one. He will cast lightning, and it's going to not lightning, but like light, the light spell, and it's going to from within start glowing this nice pinkish. He's gonna make it look like it, like the fucking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm gonna have it as Kazim. Can you make a perception check for me?
Yeah.
You too,
19.
Silas, because you wouldn't be able to see it either.
What the fuck is wrong with you people?
So, Kazim, you notice it immediately that you see
Not
that.
20.
Yeah, you both see that Nico has grabbed this gem and is kind of shifty-eyed looking around and is trying to purposely kind of change the light of it to make it look like it's a glowing purple rock. You both are very obviously... They obviously turned it into it, and you see Nico kind of giggling, menacing.
Tell me what the point of that is. Come on.
Silas does not look impressed.
I walk over to Miss
impressed.
Briggs and I give it to her.
I'm gonna
Aw.
fucking take it. Yes. Shiny.
Total anime, moment.
Just
Thank you
holding
for
it between
helping me
two
out.
claws,
Oh, God.
And then I
You-
will start stumbling back to my horse because I took a beating. Ow! Ow. After a minute, the look like it starts fading as he's walking away.
I don't care. It's shiny and you gave it to me. It is
No,
mine
I'm talking
forever.
about it. I'm talking about the scary shit.
Oh,
It
whatever.
started to slowly fade. But yeah,
It's okay.
the crystal is gonna be glowing for an hour, sweetie.
I'm excited. You have started something that you did not intend. It was already there, but you just kind of like nudged it over the edge.
Okay.
That net 20 though.
So are we continuing on?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Silas is going to his horse, making sure the horse is okay, and then it's like, just don't talk about it. Just move on. I don't want to think about it.
So
I don't want to think about what the fuck you just did.
So as you guys are just kind of walking, you are able to go quite a ways, relatively undisturbed. It is you guys are starting to feel tired. You assume that you're probably getting towards like that 14-hour mark where you're probably going to want to rest soon. Do you guys want to rest, or you want
Please.
to risk getting a point of exhaustion to keep pushing
Please
forward?
rest. I want to rest.
Rest. Okay.
I don't give a fuck about
We need
what
rest.
you guys want to do. I'm gonna go to sleep.
So
If
you
we do
guys-
it,
Thank you.
are we doing a short rest or a long rest?
so I guess you could do a short rest if you want to.
Because I can do the Song of Rest thingy.
Does that give us any spell slots back?
I mean, it's gonna give me spell slots back. I don't know.
Yeah,
about you.
you're the only one that gets affected by those short rests. Let me see. My divine. I have to take a long rest to get anything back.
Nerd.
So I'd rather take a long rest since I only have one spell slot left, but I'm more than just my spell slots.
I'm fine with whichever, really. But I'm gonna
Silas
I'm gonna
isn't
sleep
really-
at least an hour.
Yeah.
The only problem is the longer we spend underground here.
Yeah.
If Trix thinks that they can give us enough to keep going, then I trust the Song of Rest.
Who all has like taken actual damage though? Aside from, is it just me and Nico?
I think so. I wasn't touched.
Because it'll help us gain hit points, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But I can. That's like the short rest thing though.
Yeah.
If we ride through the night, do we get a feeling like we're probably going to encounter some more monsters down here?
Probably.
I mean, all you know is that
It's a cave.
dangerous. You've just been told it's dangerous. You have no idea what's actually down here.
If we want to take a long rest, I can do healing word on Nico and give them a little more health, and then we can go to sleep for a long rest
Well, if you,
to get our spells back.
Kazim.
if you
Well,
do a
like
long rest-
before we do the long rest, just in case we're ambushed, we could do a healing word or something. I
Yeah.
could even cast a cure wounds, get them up to full.
Because
Well,
I have
maybe
a
not
healing
full,
word.
but I've also got one
got
spell
two.
slot left.
I've got
but
two
that's
healing
it.
words. I've got two healing words. So I can do me and them. Do you want to do that?
It's mostly my channel divinity that I want to get back. I have a spell slot that I can use, but
Let's do a long rest, but I'll do healing word for the good of us. Is that okay? Everybody okay with that?
Silas don't have an issue with it, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only thing is Silas is going to be taking watch.
So as you guys are riding down this cave, you are able to find like this kind of little, what seems to be a small indent into the wall, which is probably a little bit big enough for you guys to start setting up like a little camp with your tents, and you start making a fire. How are we doing here? Are you all going to sleep at once? Are we staying watch? What's going on?
Silas is on
Probably-
watch.
Yeah, probably keep a watch.
Nico doesn't give a fuck. He finds the
Nico.
nearest rock that looks comfortable enough, and he goes to lay down.
Nico, add 7 hit points to yourself
7
before you
hit
go to
points.
sleep.
Thanks, yeah.
I got a 4 and I have
Alright.
3.
as long as it's not strenuous, I can also stay watch. I haven't taken any damage. I should be fine.
Okay.
So do 2 separate. All right.
I'm dying. Okay.
Don't die. Don't die, Bestie.
All right. So you guys are able to set up your camp relatively easy. I assume you guys have a small fire, make it easier to be able to keep watch in this dark cave. You hear, obviously, some. Actually, you guys are all bedding down and getting ready to sleep as Silas is sitting up. Silas, would you go ahead and roll a perception for me?
Oh. 13.
So, nothing really catches your eye. Really, you hear like a couple skittering of like probably rats or something like that. What are you doing while you're on watch?
You know what? I'm gonna bond with my horse.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
I'm just gonna sort of spend some time with the horse because they've been good to me today.
you're able to pull out some like carrots that were in the little rations that they gave you guys in the back of your horses, and you're feeding it, brushing it. But yeah, your watch kind of goes off with without a hitch. Nothing really catches your ear. Nothing really comes by. Are you guys both doing a 2 4-hour watches so the other two can sleep fully?
Yeah, I think that's best.
Yeah. Okay. So your 4 hours kind of come and go, and nothing really happens. You start to walk over to Kazim and kick his foot, and tell him to wake up so he can start his watch, and your horse will kind of go lay down over by your tent as you actually go ahead and roll animal handling for me
Oh,
with advantage because you had a carrot.
oh, cool. Where's my
Horse.
money?
Friendly horse.
I shit you not. That's a nat 20.
I was secretly hoping you would get 2 natural ones because that would have been funny as shit. Your horse hates you for the rest of this trip, but your horse instantly falls in love with you, bonds you very closely, and
Aw.
goes to lay over by your tent as it is kind of wanting to be near you as you sleep. Kazim, go ahead and
I
roll.
call them Artemis.
You what?
Don't fuck up this perception bird.
I'm gonna call them Artemis.
Artemis?
Yep.
Love it.
Ooh.
Kazim,
I can't fall
name
asleep
officers?
twice, can I?
can you what?
Knocked. Last time I laid watch, I immediately passed out.
I mean,
Ooh, that, my good friends, is where's my perception? 21.
okay. As you're sitting there, the fire is starting to die out a little bit. It's hard to tell if it's getting close to morning time or not because there's no real indication from the light. You're sitting there and you're kind of, what are you doing throughout the night?
I think I'm praying.
So as you're sitting there and you're praying, you hear a voice in your head, and it sounds deep, and it sounds like, my child wanders from his path, returning home. And as you're kind of sitting there, you don't hear anything happening, so you decide to pray a little bit deeper and you start kind of, the fire starts fading out, and as you're sitting there praying on your knees, thinking, you look up, and all you can just see a large stat figure in front of you that you recognize as Paylor, but you can't really see his face this time as it's just a bright light and a beard coming down from it. Why must you stray, child?
I stray not. I'm doing as you told.
I tell my children to pass on hope. What hope is there in thievery? And he holds out his hand, and on his hand you can see the hand axe that you stole.
Someone's in
Someone's
trouble
getting-
with Dad.
Someone's getting grounded. You don't get to use the teleporter for 2 more weeks.
Downgraded, never a scribe.
I wasn't expecting there to be consequences for my actions. I have only instilled hope further in my compatriots through this ignoble act.
And what hope for the shopkeep who loses his prized possession with no
Prized-
hope of payment?
Prized possession is a strong word. It was kind of like an under the table,
Make a
bottom
strength
shelf kind
saving
of
throw.
That's a 16.
So
Get
you
pimped
feel
next.
this pressure almost being pushed out on you as you're speaking, trying to make these excuses, and your face kind of goes a little into the dirt, obviously to try and keep you quiet and go, excuses do not fit the child of Paylor.
Forgive
Let
me,
this-
Father, for I have sinned.
Let this be your warning. For next time, I may not be so forgiving. And you feel the pressure kind of alleviate your shoulders, and you're able to sit back up.
Well,
Fuck, Dad's mad at me.
And as you're able to sit up, you see that
Damn,
the
that's-
campfire starts coming back into focus, and everything. You're able to see everything in Paylor is gone.
Dad noticed you were bad.
I'm just gonna start leaving him on red. It's fine. It's fuck, man. Anything else?
Nope, you go through the rest of your watch. Seems perfectly fine to get to sit there and think about what you've done.
He's not mad. He's just disappointed. He's a
As
little
you-
mad.
I think that's a little worse.
You start
Much
to
worse.
feel what you assume would have been 4 hours, and you start kind of putting together a small fire to start cooking maybe some breakfast for your compatriots to wake up to be ready for your next day's journey. You are confident, based on the stories that you've heard of this past, that it shouldn't take you. You're thankful in the idea that it shouldn't take you another night's rest in this cave to be able to make it. So
So we all get the benefits of a long rest. right?
everyone gets a long rest. Yes.
Ooh, a long rest. Nice.
Cool.
All
All
right.
right. You guys, Mistrix and Nico, you guys had a pretty simple, nice, relaxing cave nap.
Does the thing that
Yeah.
typically happened?
Yes.
Okay.
And you wake up a little bit more in a cold sweat than normal because you had no alcohol this night, as you usually do.
Well,
So this also at the same time is the first night you've woken up without a headache, so that's also kind of relieving.
do I have a flask? Tell me I have a flask.
I don't know. Do you have a flask?
I'm looking. I have a water skin. Can I say that I put wine in my water
I
skin?
would say so because you are an alcoholic.
Yes. I'm just gonna be like, all right, rough night, let's go.
Yep. Okay.
Little hair of the dog to get you back on the road.
When you see the things that I've seen, you'll understand.
Feels irresponsible to ride a horse while drinking.
I'm better at
Don't
riding a
drink and
horse
ride.
while drunk than riding a horse when sober.
See, every horse rider says that, but I cannot believe them because of how many crashes they get into.
I have yet to get into a crash.
I'm gonna walk up to Kazim.
Yes.
So,
So
how much longer do you reckon we're gonna be down here?
we'll probably be out before sunbreak. That's a word, I promise. Don't look it up.
Before the sun touches
Don't
the
make
horizon.
promises you cannot uphold.
You know what? You'd be the second person to tell me that today.
Would it be a bad idea if I played music on our journey this time?
Probably.
Damn it. I hate the lack of music. It's
I like the lack of
bothersome.
monsters noticing us. Does that help persuade you?
I'm sorry, whose choice was it to take this path?
Mine.
I
Then shut
second
your
the
beak.
decision.
Well, really, Archie's, but
Shut your beak and let me be me.
if we play music, we are guaranteed to fight another monster down here. I will let you. You
If
can
we
play
don't
music.
play music, we're pretty damn sure to have to fight another monster on the way out of here anyway.
Well, it's easier for us to sneak past without a loot
Mhm.
being plucked. If we play music during the rest of this path, you will not be receiving any healing
No music,
from myself.
no light.
I'm just gonna light a torch that I have on me
Well, then you light your torch.
in my explorer's pack. I think I have a torch.
Won't you not have a torch?
Nico
All
would
that
just
big talk-
quietly
all the big talk for
send
nothing.
Silas a long look, and he would just shuffle his feet back to his horse.
Oh shit!
Silas
I
is
do have-
literally like standing at the wall of the cave, just sort of shaking his head in a bit of disappointment.
Did I ever pass around the holy hand grenades, by the way?
No.
No, you did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, you did that in the
I
tavern.
made them and put them all in your inventory, by the way. So
Okay.
Oh,
I didn't know how you divvied them up. So
I was thinking one for everybody and then the rest for me. So I'd have two, they'd have one each.
okay. So let's see. Am I able to just? I have to make it for everyone, don't I?
Probably.
I mean, it depends. Did you make it as a homebrew item or did you make it as a custom item?
It's a custom item.
Oh, then yeah, you'll have to make it for everyone.
I don't know how to
You
make,
make
it.
it
Hold
that-
on.
I mean,
So-
I can
We'll do it
show
after.
you
It'll
how.
be fine.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
show you how.
I'll keep track of them. If you need to know what they are, just let me know and I'll
Okay.
read it off to you or send you a photo of it or something.
Cool,
But
cool.
you all have a holy hand grenade.
Okay.
Cool.
So, are we continuing on our venture through the
E.
dark spooky
Not-
cave?
Not before I feed Artemis an apple.
Artemis kind of wakes up and he kind of nuzzles into you as you're feeding this apple to him as you're stroking his mane. You three notice immediately that he's all of a sudden really attached to this animal very quickly.
Please
Overnight.
describe your horse, sir. I want to know what your horse
Yeah,
looks
what's your
like.
horse look like?
I imagine they are sort of an oaky brown, with a single white stripe that goes from the tip of their nose all the way up through their mane,
So a blaze,
and
horse lady.
and
sorry.
then their actual mane itself is sort of like I sort of tied it into orcish braids.
Ooh.
That's cute.
Cool.
It just makes me want to bond with my horse, who's probably gonna get me killed.
Worst friend simulator.
D&D.
Are we continuing on?
Yeah.
Silas will
Oh.
take lead.
All right, Silas. Roll for
Going to the
perception for me.
Persuasion.
Right.
No, actually,
Persuade your horse to go
persuade your-
first.
no, actually, just roll a d20. Just tell me what it is.
Roll d20, cool. That is an 8.
Okay, so roll for perception.
Cool. That is a 16.
Okay, so you guys are continuing to walk down this tunnel, and you have dark vision, right, Silas?
60 feet.
Okay, so as you guys are kind of walking, Silas, you see what seems to be this faint glow towards the end. You can't really see all that much, and does anybody... Someone's got a light on, right?
I have a candle lit.
Yeah, the
So
bird has to have a light.
you can kind of see... It looks like this kind of tunnel opens up a little bit more, a little bit taller as well, and you see what looks like these stones in front of you. From this distance of where you're at, you can't really see all that much right now.
Stones in front of us?
Only Silas can see them. They're too far for you to see. Mistrix, or you're behind Silas, aren't you? Or behind Silas, aren't you?
Hopefully. Yep.
So you probably also see it. You don't really see too much, but there's just stones in front of you, and right behind one of those stones, there seems to be this glow.
Well,
Do we wanna
that's
check it out?
ominous.
You want me to sneak over there? I can sneak over there.
If you want to be my guest,
Probably gonna get off the horse to sneak over there.
I'm gonna sort of stop moving and sort
Yeah,
of.
I'll give
make
you
a
the
hand
reins
si-
to my horse.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take your horse and also give a hand signal to Nico and Kazim to sort of like wait up a minute and
Oh.
sort of point to Mistrix as she goes to check it out.
Okay, what are you doing? Are you sneaking?
Yes, I'm going to be
Roll
the
for
sneakiest
stealth.
of snakes. It is a unnatural 20.
Unnatural?
Yes.
Okay, so Nico, Silas, and Kazim, Mistrix fucking disappears. Just vanishes in the shadow. She hops down, and all of a sudden,
All I've got on me is my rapier, so
You're looking over and you see her, and then all of you kind of look down or look over for a second, maybe that light towards you, and you look back, and Mistrix is just gone. And Mistrix, you're able to kind of creep up. How close are you getting?
how bright is the glow? Like fire bright or like
A little bit.
ethereal light glow?
It's kind of more of like an ethereal kind of light. It's not super bright or anything like that. It's more of like, if you had normal vision, it would pretty much just be, it would just be a dim glow from it.
Probably get just out of range of it, like lighting me up.
Okay.
And like peek around the rocks to see what's over there.
So I would say you're
If
able
I have
get
to,
up behind one of the rocks.
I will probably climb that rock to like look down.
Okay, you could probably do that. So this rock in front of you is about maybe 9 or 10 feet tall. And you look up, and you could tell the ceiling is much higher than it was in the tunnel that you just came in. So you kind of climb up the rock, and you start kind of peeking over and make a perception check.
I'm good at oh, that's a natural 20.
So you see in the middle is this kind of scorch mark, and in the middle is this large purple crystal jutting out of it that's kind of illuminating the area around it. And you see this kind of weird orange glow kind of underneath it as well. And around that, you see that there's 3 corpses that they look like they could have been there for a while. You see their broken tools that are one of them starting to disintegrate. And you see the blood kind of dripping out. It looks like it's been dried for some times, but weirdly enough, with that one, you can tell the one closest to you still kind of looks a little wet.
Like within a couple days?
Yeah, you'd say it's been a while, but it didn't happen yesterday, but it's been kind of within the last week.
Okay.
And you look at all the stones, and you realize that the stones are kind of set up in this weird circle, and you look down at the stone that you're on, and you see these weird glyphs again all over the kind of stone for some reason.
And they don't look dwarvish.
No.
Or undercommon or
no.
anything like that. Okay. Do I see any like trail that the blood leads off to?
No,
or...
so you can go ahead and make either investigation or insight check to see if you can discern what's up with these kind of, if you can discern any kind of patterns.
Investigation 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21.
Based on the weapons and how all the bodies are set out, it looks like all of these bodies killed each other. It looks like there was some kind of fight here, and it looks like the 2 of them might have been killed by the other one, but then the other one looks like it maybe got a rock that hit its head on a rock nearby, because you see blood splatter on the rock as well.
Okay. Does it look like there's signs of like a 4th being like that could have been there? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna like quietly sneak back to them and kind of let them in on the whole gist. Like, the light's coming from a rock, like a stone. It kind of looks like the people that were there turned against each other or weren't happy that each other was there and murdered each other. And it kind of gives me the vibe of a sacrificial... You know the gibberish that was on the outside of the wall, like whenever we came in? The outside of the tunnel? That gibberish is on those big stones. So it kind of gives me like sacrificial circle vibes.
Oh.
Do you want me to walk in and see what happens?
No, definitely not.
Did it look like rose quartz to you?
Karma, what color was it?
Purple.
It was purple. It wasn't pink.
Well, it looked like rosemary quartz too. I can actually show you what I can show you guys what it looks like if you go over to roll 20.
God.
Oh.
Okay.
Cool.
It's
Josh, are you in?
Working on it.
I don't see your name on here. Mistrix, I already put you on the rock that you'd be on.
Yeah. I'd probably go back to the rock after telling them like everything about it. I'm gonna go see if there's anything else around.
Cool.
Or see if there's a way around it. Without like getting into it.
Yeah, you see that on the kind of left side over here, you see that there is kind of a narrow pathway near some broken like boxes and stuff. You see that there's enough space for you guys kind of to sneak around on either side of it.
Probably slide back and tell them that we could try to go around it if we wanted.
Kazim, you're the one that's most knowledgeable about the material. Do
It's
we
a
leave
pretty big
it?
rock.
It's. Can I get closer just to like get a better viewing point
I
at
wouldn't
it?
go.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go closer
Nico
than the
will
back
go
of the
with you,
rocks.
actually.
Like stay
We'll go with
behind
you.
the rocks because the sacrificial circle thing kind of gives me vibes. So
Well, it looks like that guy died outside of it, so I don't know if I have much to be worried about. I'm gonna fly. How tall is the ceiling in here?
You'd say it's a good like almost 30 to 35, 40 feet. It's a much taller. It's outside of your range of sight, I'm pretty sure, because you don't have dark vision.
Yeah. I'm gonna fly
I can't.
not
move
up
my
into the ceiling.
button.
I'm gonna fly right there, about
Oh,
10
you
feet
can't-
above the
Can't
circle.
move your person there.
Yeah.
Let
No, I
me
can't.
fix that. Zephyr, can you move yours as well?
Yeah, I can. I
Oh,
can.
it says that you're controlling it, Dragon.
Oh, now I can. Now I can.
Weird.
Yeah. But yeah, he will go with you, actually. Yeah.
I'm gonna be on my rock.
Kazim.
Okay.
His distance.
You know what?
The j-
I have a feeling if the rock didn't affect Silas until he touched it, that maybe the rocks are a touch thing.
we definitely should not touch it.
I'm gonna
That
be a
it's for
brave
sure.
cat, and I'm gonna go investigate the body.
You're going to go investigate the body. Okay,
I'll
go
go
ahead
investigate the
and
crystal
check out
real
and invest. Are you going to touch the crystal?
No, I'm gonna
Ah.
investigate the body.
Okay.
As much fun as touching the crystal sounds.
Let's start with investigating the body. If you could roll investigation.
19.
Okay, go ahead and roll for perception.
11.
Make a strength saving throw.
Let's do it. 19.
So,
Yeah.
you crouch down onto this body, and you're kind of looking at it, digging through its pockets, and you are able to get yourself a good like 12 silver that was in it. You see a couple little pieces of gold nugget that maybe have been in his pocket, and a couple gems that are worth maybe about 10 gold. You see this large gash across his head that looks like it was probably came from like a shovel or something. And when you kind of crouch down to look on the other side, you stick your hand in the blood, and all of a sudden it feels very like sticky for some reason. It starts kind of crawling up. You're able to rip your hand away and pull it away, and you see it kind of go back down, and it starts kind of slithering a little bit towards you a little bit.
Back up a little bit and tell them what's going on.
Okay, so Nico, you said you were investigating the rock while this was happening, right?
Yes,
So go ahead and roll for investigation, and you said you're not touching it.
No, I will specifically touch my necklace instead, though, and I will have a silent conversation in my head with a certain blue man that if you want to be helping out, you better fucking do it. And let's see. He will be. What role is that? Is it
Investigation.
investigation? Or...
Yeah, investigation.
It's pretty decent. Yeah, that's a total of 4.
Oh my god, Nico.
Look, I have decent investigation. I just roll poorly sometimes.
The bard.
So,
Jack of all
Seems legit.
Kazim, who do you think you'd be looking at?
I can't see really much. I don't know that I'd be looking at either of them. I think I'm just trying to look around on the floor, making sure I'm not falling down. Well, I guess I'm on the sky. I'm in the air, so Never
I'm
mind.
on the sky.
I'm on the sky. Okay, I've had 2 White Claws and 3 shots of rum. Give me a break.
The bird is drunk, people. And he was judging my horseback riding.
Don't drink and fly, okay?
Kazim's just gonna crash into the ground really quick.
No, please don't.
No, I am gonna land actually.
Okay.
And I think I'll just go up to Nico because Nico's the one I saw most recently.
Okay, you kind of see Nico kind of looking around. Nico, you don't really kind of notice anything about it, and both of you kind of hear Mistrix immediately kind of start climbing up the rock kind of quickly, shouting out to you guys.
Guys, the blood is trying to get me from this dead body.
That's
I know it sounds really creepy, but it tried to attach itself to me. And it's moving. The blood, not the body, the blood.
the
The blood. What?
the blood is moving. Were these
The
guys
blood.
killed recently? Are they still
You
like
can-
bleeding
you can-
out or?
The bodies are old. She would have told
Old?
you that. Yeah. Like the other one looks like it was probably a day or 2 old, at least. Gotta get back on my rock. Fuck this.
I'm gonna check out one of the other bodies.
Okay. What's the other one you go check out?
I'll check out this one, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and roll for investigation.
Dirty 20.
So you're kind of looking over it, and there doesn't seem to be too much interesting in this one. It looks like maybe they had a couple copper pieces on them. It looks like it's been dead probably the longest, and you can see what looks like it kind of pierced through the skull on the top of the head.
So the bodies all look different ages, like of death.
They look like around the same time, but it looks like each one of them died at separate times.
It kind of sounds like somebody's been ambushing these guys anytime they got too close.
You're standing in the middle of the circle.
I didn't. I'm standing. I'm on the rock. I'm on the rock.
I'm also talking to Kazim and Nico here.
So,
Kazim and
Mistrix,
Nico are standing in the center of the
while
Yes.
he goes over to look at that
I'm on the rock.
body, the blood is still crawling towards you.
Bird, what do I do about blood that is trying to climb up the rock?
Make a strength saving throw.
Me?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Don't touch it.
10.
So all of a sudden, this goo starts kind of latching onto your arm and pulling you down a lot more, and you see this kind of weird long face. It looks like a long neck with a skull almost on the top of it, and it's kind of looking at you, and all of a sudden you start feeling this. Let me see.
Oh, blood.
Photo of this I can take a look at. I'm incredibly.
Enamored.
I think I know what it is.
I don't know what this one is.
I think this is an ooze.
No.
I have.
No.
It's a specific type of, not a specific type of ooze.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Not like, yeah, not the generic shit.
So, Mistrix, if you could
Yes,
take 16 necrotic damage.
Whoa.
I'm literally gonna scream out, "What in the actual mother of
You guys
fuck?"
see this ooze latching onto Mistrix's arm as the head kind of comes out, and it starts like inflating, and you see almost like the life force is being sucked out of Mistrix and being drank by this thing.
Okay. Do I have a chance to act?
Well, I'm gonna say that's gonna take us into initiative.
Yeah, I'm gonna die, guys.
No, you're not.
At least I was
Necrotic is
sneaky.
not
No, you're
fun.
not. No, you're
Not
not.
if we got a chance.
Bestie!
11.
Bestie, I want to retire!
15 total.
Ooh, that
Bessie?
is a very high number. How does a 7 fail?
pretty damn good from my corner. Hey,
I don't think
Karma,
I've rolled
Yeah.
higher than an 11.
is a nat 1 going to affect my initiative?
So it doesn't. It's not.
I
Just,
told you this
it
dice was going to fuck
it
me
just
up.
doesn't bode well. That's all. So, what's your normal initiative? What the 1 plus what?
+4.
Okay, so you're 5. Nico, what is your dexterity modifier?
+3.
Oh no.
Oh wow! Wow!
It rolled. It got
Is
a
it not even
15.
rolling? Is it not even rolling? Fuck! Fuck!
So,
Oh no. Oh no.
Really bad time to bring up the fact that I'm pretty sure I have to go pee.
well,
I go last.
I think the ooze is going first.
it is.
I think
I'm
it's
dead.
got a +4.
Yeah,
dead.
Because
I'm dead, guys.
that's
No.
I don't want to say it. I feel so bad.
Did you not 20 it?
I did.
Kill me.
I'm turning it into a regular attack using my emblem.
Okay. Okay.
You.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
No
So
crits.
You don't understand?
I think she's on one.
that is
No.
6 damage.
Was that first one a crit?
No, first one was
I-
something else.
Mhm.
It's got life drain.
I'm gonna cry, guys.
It's got fucking life drain.
I'm gonna die.
No,
So
no.
we're gonna. I hate this. I hate this thing. I shouldn't have done this.
Wait.
Karma, what you did? What you did? Did you just get a kill?
Please take 15 necrotic damage.
Wait, who?
Hold on. That's after I
Mistrix?
That's after I remove the crit.
It gets
It's been really
multi-attack.
nice knowing you guys.
It did a slam, and all
I
of a
love
sudden
you
you see it
guys.
swell up again, and Mistrix goes unconscious.
Can I Karma, that's not unconscious.
No, because if you weren't unconscious
That's not-
before, it did the same amount of damage. When it does double damage to
This same
insta
amount
kill,
of damage +6.
yeah, it has to be. No, it has to be your max in negatives. So what's your max?
24.
It has to be at -24 to kill you.
What
Okay.
kind of damage was the last one?
Necrotic.
Before that.
Oh,
Necrotic
before
was
that,
below
before that was
0.
bludgeoning.
Yeah, but if you go down on necrotic, that's game over.
So he did 16 and then another 6. So that's 22. And then another 15. So that's the 24 and then another 13 beyond that. So
Yeah,
so
well,
if there's another
kind of
11
damage.
damage, you're dead.
What was the last kind of damage that she took?
The
It
last.
was necrotic.
She's out. She's
I'm
dead.
dead.
Necrotic. If you go below 0 of necrotic, you're out. That's
I'm dead. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm dead.
that's how necrotic works.
And I had 2 health left.
I thought
when
that
it
was
got
only
me.
specific attacks.
No, that is specific.
necrotic damage.
Necrotic damage. You're
Okay.
Dead.
Okay.
dead.
Any chance we leveled up after fighting that monster? 'Cause
I'm
Josh
gonna-
has an idea.
I'm gonna home rule this. Don't hate me. If Josh can use his thing to spare the dying, it won't kill you.
I have Spare the Dying. Do I have to use Spare the Dying,
You
or can I
have
also
to
use
it.
like?
If we go back to Mistrix with 0 healing, if no one goes to help Mistrix, she's dead.
That's what I'm asking. I can also just use other healing,
Yes. Any form.
right? Okay.
But if no one can get to her, no one can heal her, she's dead.
I'm gone.
Don't worry about it, guys. I can do this no matter what,
Okay.
as long as I'm not dead.
Just
So-
Did I
please
mention I'm
don't-
flying
please
40
don't
feet
net
in the air?
one.
You're flying. Yeah,
The
we're
good
fine.
thing about the description is because you have gone unconscious, it does unlatch and it starts crawling towards Silas.
That's
How fast is it moving?
fucking fine.
30 feet.
Oh, Jesus!
That's fine.
What kind of an ooze is this?
Oh, what the fuck? Why won't
The
it?
kind
think-
that kills cats.
Me and
Lightning
Dragon
McQueen
know-
ooze.
I think me and Dragon know exactly what this thing is.
Okay, can I
Karma,
like
what the fuck?
What level
while
are
I'm
you guys?
unconscious? While I'm
Also
unconscious.
confirm you're the DM now.
We're level 3. We're level 3.
Do you know? Do
bestie.
you know what
I'm-
the
I'm the
CR rate
DM
for
now,
this
hell
is?
yeah.
It's the CR rate is 3. So
Oh, hold on. Karma is Silas now. Nico's Kazim. Zephyr is Mistrix now.
Zephyr, you're dead. Have fun with that.
Okay, everybody. There's a black dragon in front of you, an ancient black dragon.
Oh,
Go
God.
ahead and take 17 d20s of necrotic damage.
How did it get out the
I
basement?
have zero idea.
because magic.
I think it just inherently knew that I'm a better DM than
Guys.
Karma,
Oh.
and it's just a little jealous.
All right,
Oh,
Kazim's
wow.
dying.
Out of game, I have a question.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Well, how the fuck did my die know that that was the moment to kill me?
I mean, you fucking called it.
I told you I have to stop using real dice because they're being too nice to me. God damn it, I should have listened to my own self. All right, well, since I'm unconscious, I will be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I love you
Karm
guys.
Daddy,
Please
Yes.
don't roll in that one.
literally all of us are shuffled down here.
I know. I don't understand how this could have possibly happened, but first I got to make sure that my thing gets fixed the way it's supposed to be because I was down there too. It switched up our cameras entirely. So.
Fucking hell.
I didn't mean to fucking do it.
So we totally don't
You
like
know-
almost die every single like few
Yeah.
seconds.
But Karma, you know what it did happen?
Okay. Well, I went from making combat to it. It's a CR3. You guys should be fine.
You know what?
What is this?
Hold on, let's look up the CR of a Banshee real quick.
Well,
What'd you say?
first off, while she's gone, it is Nico's turn, and you see this thing crawling towards Silas.
Oh yeah, I just fucking Eldritch Blast that bitch. That's yeah, nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Go ahead and roll for the attack.
That is going to be a 19 total.
That hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
All right, that is, let's see, d10 plus 5. Let's see. This will be 11 points of force damage and 2 points of thunder damage.
Okay. Let me make sure I get this number right, because I'm fucking terrible at math right now, because I'm having a heart attack that I just killed Mistrix. She's gonna be so mad at me if she actually does. But, so, Silas, you see this thing start kind of crawling towards you, and as it is, you see behind it that there's Nico holding out his hand and shooting off an Eldritch Blast, and it shoots it off onto the side, and you see it kind of take these burns and electricity going through as it kind of rigids up for a second. It's taking that shock damage, and it looks like it took quite a bit of damage, but it's still moving. That would take us to Silas. It's your turn.
I'd like to rage.
Okay, go ahead and roll for a Constitution.
That's a 10.
That is a success.
Thank God for +5. Thank God for +5. Okay. Righty-o then. So it's this pink thing in front of me, yeah?
Yes.
Reckless attack with the glaive.
Okay.
Unnatural 20.
So roll for damage.
Cool.
Your ghost
So-
Catherine.
Okay, right, so that is yeah, that's a 6, not a 9. So that is 9 slashing,
Okay.
3 fire,
Okay.
and 3 radiant damage.
Okay. How you want to do this?
Like, this thing is basically, as far as I'm aware, just killed
Yes.
Mistrix. So this is like pure instant anger. Bring my glaive down and sort of pin it down to the ground.
So, Nico, you see Silas, through a fit of rage, just kind of go up, and you see this red burst out, this green flames kind of bursting out through his eyeballs, and you see this back glowing so bright in the darkness as he brings up his glaive, and you see these runes glowing on it, and you see the runes on the blade actually start to glow too as he stabs it down, and you see the green flames kind of burst out from the side of it, and you see it kind of just sitting there writhing around as it's slowly cooking, burning, and disintegrating back into this ooze as it dries, and it sits there, and you see what looks to be the weird skeleton, and you don't think it's getting back up anytime soon.
Okay.
So, Kazim, you get to go next.
Awesome. Cool. I have to heal Mistrix here.
Someone does.
Are there any other thingies?
Do a perception check.
This doesn't take my action, does it?
No. Unless you want advantage.
That's a 22.
Yeah, there is. And it's starting to crawl behind, towards Nico, because it's right over here.
Awesome. Bonus action, healing word on
How can you bonus?
our unconscious cat friend.
So, did you use your action to use
Healing-
perception?
No, I just rolled a natural 17.
It's a bonus action to use perception. It's an action to get advantage on it.
Ah. Okay. That changes things. Cool. Then
If it's any
I'm gonna run up.
consolation, I would rather you save Nico than worry about my dead body.
No, look, Nico's fine. Believe me, he'll be fine.
Okay. Can I instead use my action to go and do the perception check, just in case I hit a crit?
Yeah.
And then save my bonus action.
Yes.
Did not hit a crit, so the 22 stays. I'm going to fly up, not to the roof, but like 5 feet short of the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to healing word.
Okay. Go ahead and roll
Which
for how
will
much you
be d4 plus 6. Our unconscious cat will heal for 7.
So, will that take me out of
Yes.
death,
You-
or will that be a death save?
You are out of death. You don't have to worry about it. You are healed back up.
Okay.
You start, when this thing kind of absorbs your life out of you, you start kind of falling into this black, and as soon as everything around you just kind of goes dark, you don't see anything anymore. You start floating, kind of falling almost, and it feels soothing. But then all of a sudden you feel this kind of warmth ahead of you as it rips you back to your body. And you are awake, sitting up, and like, what the fuck? And you look over, and you see the green flames coming from Silas's weapon as he just stabbed the weird ooze in front of you. And you look ahead of you, and you see that one's now going towards Nico. Kazim, is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
That was my action, bonus action, and movement.
Okay, so last it is Mistrix. It is now your turn.
How big are these things?
You'd say, because it looks essentially like this weird kind of pool of blood, almost with a weird head sticking out of it. You'd say it's maybe at most like 2 feet tall, and then it's probably, the pool on the bottom is probably a good like 2 feet kind of circumference, or like radius and diameter. If that makes any sense?
Would you say something with a strength of 2 would be able to pick it up and throw it?
No, probably not.
Okay, so that's out. there's not really much I can do. I can, however, do my pretty bard thing. And let's see who is where. Who are you and where are you? You're within range. Okay, cool. We are going to do bardic inspiration to Nico,
Ooh.
and we're gonna like in a song of warning tell them that it's behind them and to annihilate that piece of shit.
I just realized, Nico, did I skip you?
And
Have you gone?
No, I've gone very first.
Okay. Because you were supposed to go after the thing killed Mistrix. Did I go after you after that? I might have skipped
I
you.
don't know.
Does anyone remember?
I don't remember off the top
I
of my
was
head.
not here, so I do not know.
I know I've gone once before, but
Oh, okay. So then...
like the very first
Oh, yeah,
shot.
you Eldritch Blast. That's right, that's right.
Yeah.
So it is now this thing's turn, and it's going to crawl towards you, and please make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh. Ooh.
Don't forget the 1d6
what-
of inspiration.
Oh. Okay. That's a 14 plus 20.
Okay, so you see this kind of weird sack kind of shoot out trying to grab at you, but you're able to see it just in time, and you're able to kind of leap out of the way away from this thing as it's trying to come after you. So then it's going to try and slam attack you, and does a 19 hit.
Yes, it does.
Please take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Man, I'd rather be hit with necrotic. Fucking hell. Okay. Yeah, no, seriously. Cool.
Then that's all it can really do. So, Nico, it's your turn.
It's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As a word of warning has reached me, I'm going to fucking witch bolt that bitch.
Fuck
Since it's
yes.
so close to me. Yes. That is plus 7 to hit. That is a 24 total.
That hits.
Let's see. 2d12s. Oh, that's a 10. That's a 6. That's 6. 16 lightning and 2 thunder.
Jesus, all right. So you kind of, as it's latching out, you jump out of the way, and it kind of slams against you, so you kind of hold out your hand towards it, and the lightning starts arcing through your hand, and you see it kind of stiffen up, and you can see this weird, like, spine skeleton that's through it, and you see its weird skull, and it's obviously taken a lot of damage from that, as it seems to kind of have
No, go ahead.
There's this,
Sorry.
it seems to have trouble keeping its shape, and you see this, again, you have that arc kind of connected to it, and you see the energy kind of coming off of that. Next up is Silas.
Alright, I'm gonna move up right up next to it and same it again, going in with the glaive.
Okay,
Reckless attack.
okay.
That is oh thank god for reckless, because that's a nat 1 and a 22.
All right, roll for damage.
Alright. Oh, I can never find the d10. So that is 5 slashing,
Okay.
along with 3 radiant.
Okay. So you see Silas kind of running up with this glaive as he brings it up and tries to smack it down, and you see this bright light kind of emanating from it when it hits, and you see this thing kind of, it's still having trouble kind of sitting up, and it's obviously kind of incredibly injured, but it's still moving. So, Kazim, your turn.
It's still alive.
Yes, but you can tell it's very injured.
Okay, I'm for sure shooting it
Okay, go to roll for the attack then.
with crossbow. 21 to hit.
That hits. Go and roll for damage.
Do I add sneak attack to this because
Yes.
two people are next to him? That is 8 plus 3, 11 piercing.
All right, how do you want to do this?
Crossbow bolt directly through the thing, sticking it to the ground.
Okay, so as you guys are kind of in front of, you see it kind of come down. It's standing in front of you and just ting, and it latches on to this this rock that's right next to you guys, stuck there, and it's no longer moving.
Still in combat?
No, that I think you can roll for perception.
I'd love to. Has an 8.
You can't see shit. It's still dark as hell in here.
Good point.
But from what you guys can tell, there doesn't seem to be anything in the near vicinity that's going to try and attack you guys anymore.
So, can I drink my health potion now? I forgot we had those. Health
You know what?
potion.
Nico will walk up to you, and he will crouch down, and he will kind of like, just with a hand, just like pat her across the head, and I will cast on you. Let's see.
You can tell that she is like heavy breathing, like fucking shaking, like there's just like traumatized, just like what the actual.
And he will say to you, "It's okay, like you're gonna be fine." And healing hands for, let's see, 7 points of healing.
Yay!
Yeah.
Look, guys, I look moderately healthy again. She's gonna look over at Kazim and be like, "Is this what happened to you? Is this feeling? This shit?"
Yeah, it happened to me twice in the last week, so
Now I see.
you kind of get numb to it.
I mean, I saved you, so it's only fair that you saved me. So,
I was just
What the
desperately trying
fuck?
to ignore this conversation.
what was that thing?
Are we trying to get rid of
Can I-
this? What are we trying to do?
Can I try and study the corpse and identify any
Yeah, you
notable
you
features?
could roll for nature.
Ooh, nature's one of my best bets.
I also want to know why it was near the crystal that we're trying to,
There's a 14.
your best.
You know that this is kind of a obviously it's some kind of weird ooze that are generally you have heard of them from caves and stuff and hiding in mines. You're not too sure what kind it is, as you've never seen one like this, but you have seen stuff kind of like this in the forest that kind of live off of rotting bodies and stuff like that. You aren't too sure what it is other than it's some kind of ooze.
Can I very cautiously go check out this bag if it actually exists?
The bag by the campfire?
This
Or by the
bag,
torn up camp? Yeah, go ahead. Roll for... So
Yeah.
you kind of go up to this bag, and you open it up, and on the inside, you don't really see... There's not a whole lot, but there is one kind of... There's something in the bottom, like, corner of the bottom of the bag that seems to be kind of covered by some kind of rag.
I'm gonna, like, motion for Kazim to come over while I use, like, my claws, not my actual fingers, but, like, my claws to, like, grab the rag and put it on the ground outside of the bag.
Okay, just the rag? Or
No, like
the thing-
cradling what's in it.
Okay.
Yeah. To, like...
So you start... Actually, you know what? Do a dex throw for me.
All right, let's go. I'm a dexterous meow meow. Not that, that saved me from being fucking brutalized by a goddamn slime. 16.
Okay, so you're able to kind of grip it from the sides as you're pulling it out, and as you're pulling it out, you're seeing this bright purple glow come from the bottom of the bag, and as you lift it up kind of above, you're able to see what looks like a smooth purple or purplish pink stone rosemary quartz that's glowing smooth stone as you set it down right there.
I found another one. I'm glad I didn't actually fucking reach my hand in there.
I mean, guys, should we just fucking destroy this thing? I mean,
Do you want me to smash
we
it?
don't. We all know how it ends. We can't just leave it here.
We know what happens if we leave it. We know what happens if we touch it. We
Do you want me to put
can't
it back in
let
the bag?
anybody touch it.
I'm gonna
It's
find
still
it
in the
later.
bag, right?
No, I like have the cloth and it up
I'm
right
talking about the big crystal, like the one in front of us.
Oh, the big crystal? We'll figure that out in a second. Let's one thing at a time here.
Traveling pieces first, because there's also a chest over there.
If we turn that if we try to smash that big crystal and it shrapnels, we could end up all being under its kind of mind control.
Which is
We
kind
gotta
of
be
what I have a
careful
feeling
here.
was going on with these guys. Hey,
Let's-
Silas, you want to go look in that box and see what's there?
Why?
Since you're chilling out in the corner.
Let's slow down.
But
We
If
have.
there's more and we can destroy them all at once, that would be a lot easier than doing it one at a time.
I mean, I could do that. Absolutely.
I'm looking at Kazim for guidance here because I'm not knowledgeable about this shit.
first, we put this crystal back in the backpack.
Okay,
We
I can do that.
we got to take this slowly.
I will wear the backpack.
We got to bomb squad this. You're wearing the backpack with the crystal.
I will
in it.
put the
Okay.
crystal in it and
I
I will
mean-
wear the backpack.
I'm
What do
wearing
you
the
need to
bomb.
do?
I'm
No.
keeping a 15-foot distance from
The bomb?
from the bomb.
We're gonna call it the bomb bag. I got the
Bomb bag.
bag.
Next to the
We're the
big
bomb
crystal,
squad.
we can just detonate all of it.
Yes.
Our
Yes.
team name's the bomb squad. There we go. I
Please.
said it would be worth it.
Can I keep this bag and it just be the bomb bag? So anytime we find a crystal, we put it in the bag.
The bomb bag. And then as
I-
soon as we get a chance to blow it up, we do.
I
Yes.
don't want to walk around with that shit. Considering
bomb
what it
bag.
did to me.
No, I'm
You're-
saying
Detonate
Hold on,
that.
hold on.
Let's go.
we're going to destroy this one. I'm saying I keep the backpack and we use it in case we find another one to
Yeah.
to carry the next one to a safe place to destroy it. The
Okay.
bomb bag.
Let's
That
now
kind
that
of
we've gotten this crystal under lock and key, let's check out this chest, see if there's any more.
All three of you,
Azoo.
back the everyone. You told me to go to the chest. Do you want me to open it or not? Because if you don't, I'm going to the other
Do
side of the
you have-
room.
Do you have thieves' tools?
I do
No.
have thieves' tools.
I do as well. Is it locked, Karma?
Go ahead and roll for investigation.
Going.
Mm,
13 plus 7.
that's a 24.
I got a natural 20. Well, not a natural 20, but like an unnatural 20. Almost.
I got a natural 17.
Yes, it's locked.
Do you want to pick it or you want me to pick it? Who's got
I'll
better
pick it.
decks?
I'm going on the other side.
I've got a +3
Okay. I'm going to back up.
for sleight of hand.
I'm going to go
Yeah.
here.
Or for thieves' tools.
Sleight of hand with the thieves' tools proficiency.
So.
Wait, are you proficient
I
with thieves'
will-
tool?
I am.
Okay, then yeah, with proficiency.
I get a
Suspicious.
+5.
Suspicious.
Ooh, that's an 8.
Ooh.
So your thieves' tool
Okay.
break.
Ah,
Ooh.
okay.
Would you like to borrow mine?
Sure.
If you break it, you can just buy me a new one.
I've got the cash.
All right.
Can I try that again?
Oh, this is a mess.
This is Kazim's plan. He's gonna kill every single one
Watch
of us and steal all
No.
of them.
It's
Well,
less of a
watch
plan,
there-
more of a
Watch there be
guideline.
absolutely nothing in this box. Watch
Oh,
there be
it's
absolutely
so
nothing
gonna
in
be
this
worth it. Carm Daddy, can I try again?
Yeah, go for
With
it.
another tool, I will delete my tool set.
I want you to know,
Ooh, that's a 22.
So
Karma, I want you to know I'm making the exact same face.
so he sits there and he's kind of tinkering with it and doesn't seem like he can quite get it. Tink, and it unlocks.
Magically?
No, not magically.
Okay.
It's the
I'd like-
chest.
Make
I'd
it
like-
sure.
Slowly open the chest. and if
Dexterity
there's-
saving throw.
Okay.
Close it back.
It was
Drop the
trapped,
lid.
Come on.
Drop the lid.
Oh, that's actually not bad. That's a natural 14 plus, you said Dex,
Yes.
17.
Okay, so as you're opening up the lid, very quickly you hear this kind of click, and all of a sudden you see this blade kind of go across the top of the chest, and it goes back in. You manage to dive out of the way just in time, but as you lift it up the rest of the way, you see that there's this weird mechanism underneath the top of the chest that obviously was to eject this sword and slash whoever was supposed to go in front of it.
Ooh, fancy.
As you look into it, you see what looks like a kind of tube, essentially. That it's very ornate and like kind of brown leather kind of tube with gold trimming and stuff like that. And then you also see a little tiny bag of what looks like it could be money. You also managed to find a spare health potion. Just a regular old boring health potion.
I feel like I need that the least out of everybody here, so I'm just going to leave that. However, the cash is definitely coming with me.
Okay, so you grab the bag.
Can we put the...
And you look inside of it, and it just looks like it's maybe like 7 gold. Doesn't look like there's really anything. You do see that there's also maybe like 4 to 5 copper on the bottom of it.
Can I examine the cylinder? Ever
Yeah.
so gracefully, like the cat that I am?
Sure. Are you trying to open it, or what are you trying to do with it? I don't understand.
I want to look at it first.
Okay.
I want to like look and see,
Investigation.
like gently move it around. I don't want to open shit that I don't know what's in it. What are you talking about? I had somebody else open the chest.
Hey, wait a second. I feel like I've been set up here.
I'm not a dumb creature, okay? It's a natural 13, and you said investigation?
Yes.
Damn, Karma, that's +7.
So
Just because I'm a bird brain.
It's a unnatural 20.
So
What do
you're
you
able
want from me
to
here?
hold. You're looking at this thing, and you're, looking all around. And you manage to see where there looks like if you twist it, it could kind of line up or something. It looks like it's for holding some form of document or something, is what you would guess based on the shape and the size of it. It looks like there's probably paper on the inside, or you're not too sure. You kind of move it around. You're not hearing too much movement on the inside, really, and it's not as light. It feels pretty light for something that might hold like tools or something. So you guess your best guess is that it's probably
There's a document in here.
some form of document. Yes.
Do I want to open it, Kazim? If it's a document.
You're.
I mean, you don't have to immediately touch whatever's inside of it.
I have claws. I should be fine. Claws aren't my actual hand, so they're like tiny knives.
I don't like the way Karma's looking at me.
I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna walk away from them purposefully. I'm gonna walk away back over to where the bag was, and I'm gonna open. And I'm gonna
prepare some shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna open it.
You're gonna
In
open
case
it.
this goes down.
Yes, I'm gonna open it.
All right. So you.
And gently pull out the contents without shredding it with my claws because I know how to control my claws.
Constitution saving throw.
18, 19, unnatural 20.
Okay. You only take 3 like poison damage. You're not poisoned.
Ow!
So
Spicy.
you go over by the bag and you kind of twist it to get them to line up, and you pull it open, but a little too late. You notice that there's a string on the inside, and this cloud of smoke kind of comes up, and you kind of start push it away.
I'm literally gonna brush it away and be like, that was spicy cloud.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what's left in your hand, you look down and you see that there looks to be 2 rolled up scrolls of some kind inside of it.
Okay, Bird, I did the dangerous thing. You're good at reading.
Okay. I'll go grab the scroll and start reading it, I guess.
Okay. I'm trying to think.
Because we
What?
do have candles and I do have a lantern if you need light, and then yeah, we're fine.
I do need light, but I think I've still got my candle lit.
So you see that it's 2 what are they called? Obviously 2 different kind of spell scrolls of some kind. They're gonna take a little bit of time for you to kind of translate to be able to tell what you can get the name off of at least one of them quick off the jump right now, unless you want to spend like a minute or two just kind of reading it over to see which each one is and which one each one does.
We'll do that once we get back on the horses.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything while we're sitting here?
I'm gonna
I'm,
keep
I'm
this cylinder.
speaking of. I'm gone back and I'm like looking after all 4 of the horses
Okay.
Okay.
because these 3 look like they've got this situation handled.
Okay. Are we doing anything else?
While
While
we're walking
just
back-
detonate a bit, like the crystals with Thunderwave.
So we're gonna go blow up the crystals.
Yeah, that was the plan, right? We just
That's-
blowing them up.
That is a plan. Again, if this shrapnels and we all get hit, we're all immediately
Can you
gone.
hide behind the rocks? Hide behind the rocks. Take cover. I'm just gonna blast it from what? How far away? I can
I
do that.
don't think
50 feet away.
this is the best idea.
This is a terrible idea.
I'm keeping the backpack
anyone-
on me. Like, what's
We-
in the backpack is staying in the backpack. I'm not.
First of all,
The
do we have
sphere
a
is
reason
staying
to
in the
believe
backpack?
shattering would
Yes.
help?
Okay.
Carm Daddy,
Yes.
do we have a reason to believe that shattering these crystals would remove the magical properties?
You know that you can't destroy magical items. You also know that what's in that backpack is glowing a lot more than that purple crystal in the middle.
Cool. I say we cut our losses.
Get the fuck out of Dodge.
Because
We've been here long enough.
What's the difference? We have 1 big crystal versus 20 small crystals that can be passed around.
Well, we've been here and we fought. Well, you all have fought. I died. And it's gonna draw a lot of attention from anything else that's in
These
the cave.
these things, the things that we thought were just scavengers, they weren't linked to the crystal.
I'd actually
They were here for the
like
bodies.
to do something.
Yes.
I know thieves can't.
Yes.
I would like to scrawl on some of these rocks in Thieves' Cant, plain to see, danger, don't touch.
Okay.
Actually,
go ahead and what?
I have a thing that I just remembered that I have.
Hmm.
I have comprehend language,
Okay.
which means I can touch one of the stones and cast comprehend language and be able to understand what's written.
To be clear,
Okay.
not the rose quartz.
Do we want to know what's written on these rocks?
I mean, that's what we initially wanted.
Yeah.
That could have actually been very helpful.
I'm sorry, I forgot until I looked at it and I was like, wait, because it says comprehend languages. It doesn't say
Is it a spell slot, though?
yes.
That's
But it's
kind of
level-
why we don't want to use it.
It's level 1. I have 4 level 1 spell slots. I'm okay.
Okay.
I think it's worth it. Like it.
But I forgot
Fucking worth it.
Give us
the
a little more
first
insight
sentence
here.
of it. The first sentence of it that it shows me is for the duration you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear. I completely forgot that it works with written language as well.
The literal meaning.
Yeah.
Meaning you won't be able to get the idioms or what the spell actually is, but you'll be able to
Well, it
understand
says
the
you can
symbols.
also understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written.
Yeah.
It takes
So-
about
Yeah.
1 minute to read a page of text. This
So
spell doesn't
it'll-
decode secret messages in a text or glyph, such as arcane sigil. It isn't part of a written language. So if it's a spell, I won't be able to understand it,
But we
If
don't
it's-
know what's
The
written.
words
but
are
I'll
in what
understand.
language.
I'll understand the words, but I won't understand like what it
The
was meant to
meaning
be.
behind it.
And you'll know the language, right? It tells you the language.
Well,
It doesn't really say. But it doesn't decode secret messages or things that don't actually exist in written language. But I'm gonna do it.
But
I'm
yeah,
gonna
but
go touch the
we
rock, I'm
don't
gonna
we
do it.
don't yeah we don't know what's on the rocks anyway.
So I'm gonna go
Yeah.
touch
So
a rock that looks like it has a lot written on it.
So in any of the big ones, they're all kind of covered in writing.
This one.
Okay.
Then, while she does that, I'm just going to read through the scrolls really quick, just so we have 2 things in the fire at once.
So you're
Apologies.
now you're reading the scroll. So you're going over the stones, and I've sent you what the stones say. And while you're
Okay.
reading the scrolls, essentially you're able to figure out that one of them is the spell Identify, and then there's the second one, which is Detect Magic.
Okay. one time?
These
Are
are
these
these are
one-time use?
one-time uses.
Okay.
All right
Uh,
then.
I'll put a scroll of identify and a scroll of detect magic on my person then.
Okay.
So
Uh,
basically, these are warnings. But the way that the warning is worded, hard words for cats to say, are very rude. Traitor of false hope. Don't touch the anchor.
Huh.
Anchor?
That has to be some sort of anchor for some fucking bitch again.
There are 12 anchors in this known universe, right? This is one of them?
And with that
What-
is where we're gonna
what-
pick up next week.
All right. I survived. Thank you,
Oh
bird.
God.
I'm so
Fuck.
happy.
This one's called Hazel. I'm just naming the fucking horses.
I want my horse to
Oh God.
to be named Buttercup.
What is my horse named?
I'll give you Hazel, and then I've got
Hazel.
Artemis. Then we've got Artemis, which is mine. We can have Buttercup,
Buttercup's gonna be Palomino.
Pistachio.
Pistachio. Go for there. You go.
Okay, guys, that was
Please,
quite a
please
lot
write
of
down
fun.
the name of your horse.
Yes, remember, because I will not.
Notes. Allies.
Horse.
The horse named Buttercup.
Okay, so we're gonna go back over here, but that
Can I just
was.
point out that at no point last session did Josh tell us about the fact that there are these anchor
He didn't.
points.
He
I'm
very
pretty sure.
specifically didn't say
No,
anything.
nuh-uh.
He mentioned specifically that he didn't say anything about the anchors, so you guys don't know what
Imagine-
that
I
means.
imagine-
Yeah.
But
I imagine at the end of this, we're all looking at him. I'm gonna say we're all looking at him like, wait a second, what?
I know, but no. But what I'm like, possibly like, I part of me gets why, but our enemies already know about these anchor points. They're what we're going after. You're the only one that knows to not destroy them. We were about to destroy it.
Not to destroy them?
Who knows?
I mean-
But I guess we're gonna have to find out next week. I want to thank you guys for coming to watch with us. I want to thank you guys for coming to play with me. I'm having so much fucking fun. Do you guys have any final words for our beautiful viewers?
Thank you, Mystic, for the raid.
Yes, thank you, Mystic. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
I